Hey everyone, welcome in. It is good to be back and also feeling alive because I got back on Monday and I was like jet lagged for a few days, right? I feel like, you know, as I get older, I'm not as resilient to jet lag. And then on Thursday, I got both my flu and COVID shot, so I'm kind of like I didn't know what was jet lag and what was the vaccine, but like I have not been feeling like awake for like the entire week or like a real person, you know. So I'm back into it. I can lift up my arm to about here before it starts hurting. So it's pretty good. All the girls are Asian. Oh, okay, okay. I'm looking forward to that. You now remember who I am. I'm glad. I'm glad I sparked that memory. It's been a while. I think it's been almost 4 weeks because like I was gone. Like I was technically in Japan only for a little over 2 weeks, but it's like 3 weekends, right? So just the way it works out. Because I was like leave on a weekend and come back on the weekend because, um, maximizing the vacation days. You're too old now. Your brain plasticity is gone. Apparently, I think jet lag gets worse as you're older because like when I was younger, I would like. I mean, I did this still like today, but like or like this time, but I come back on like Sunday and I would like go to school on Monday. Especially like when I was in university, I would leave for class like so early. But I think that kind of helps reset the jet lag because I think like for me personally, I never got jet lagged on the way back. I would just always would just like wake up that day and I'll be fine. But it's the worst. Like I think for me personally, like going west on the globe is like the worst because you end up waking up too early. Like it depends. I guess it depends how far you go west. But like for me, that's like the worst because like you end up waking up too early. Like when I'm in Japan, I wake up at like 4 a.m. and I can't go back to sleep, you know? And I think for me personally, it's like it's easier to just force yourself to wake up than it is to force yourself to sleep, you know? Like you can't always like if you wake up early, you can't always just like go back to sleep. But if it's like when you're coming back from Japan, you feel like you won't want to wake up till later. You just force yourself to get out of bed, and that's kind of fixes it. But it is kind of hard to stay up. It's a perfect height for dumbbell raises. We'll have Pilates today, so hopefully I'll tell my instructor that my arm is a little bit sore, but it's not too bad. Yeah, thanks for all the resubs, everyone. I guess it's been a while. um, Everything gets worse as you get older. Not everything, not everything. Surely as you get older, what's better? Your car insurance gets cheaper. That's like the most old, not old version, but like that's almost like adult. Well, I'm almost at 10 years of driving. That's why. That's why. Yeah, you get paid more, hopefully, and you have more savings, hopefully. Is the first time I hear you complaining about jet lag? No, I get jet lag. Like for example, like coming back from Europe or the UK, you end up waking up early. That's the annoying thing. It's just like you just wake up too early and you're like, I can't sleep. But in that situation, I guess you just power through. You just wake up at that time, you power through, and then you just hopefully sleep better the next time. Um, She's always complaining about something. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of things to complain about. I was gonna ask about that specifically, like why you never complained about it, and then you did. I think I don't know. Usually it's not that bad though. Like I'm not really like. I think this time it was just, like I flew on a different airline, as I've said before. And like I normally when we fly back, we arrive at like 2, 3 p.m. So then you just stay awake until like 8 p.m. or whatever, and then you can sleep at a reasonable time. But this time we landed at like 7:30 a.m. So like I had to stay awake the whole day. I was like dying on like barely any sleep. But I ended up having a nap because I like actually could not stay awake. So maybe that just ruined me. Maybe that nap, like that 1 hour nap, just like ruined the rest of my week. So that could be possible. Um, you've been driving since you were 13. No, I've been driving since I was 16, and I turned 26 in less than a month, actually. Do you think I was 23? You choose 23. I'm okay with that. I'll be 23. You meant physical reactions to stuff the few times a year I party hard. Your hangover is a 3-day event. I haven't even like tried to drink to a point where I would get a hangover. Like I think I've had a hangover like once in my life. Um, but yeah, I guess. But like honestly, like I thought like as long as you stay hydrated, you don't get hungover. But maybe it's like, um, maybe that's like I don't know. Maybe that's only true when you're young. I don't know. um, you're 23. We're all 23 apparently. Since 16 isn't that illegal? No. Well, I mean, why? If even if I was driving illegally, that wouldn't count on my driving record for like insurance. But yeah, you can drive here when you're 16. I think it's in Alberta. You can drive. Stock can confirm. I think you drive even younger. I think it's like you get your learners when you're like 15 or 14. It's like really young. I'm like, I think that's a bit too young. Like I do not want. I barely want a six. I don't even want a 16-year-old driving on the road. But like, I younger than that is worse. Actually, I should not have been driving at that age. But yeah, here you get a learner's license when you're 16, and then when you're 17, you can take a test. When you're 17, you can take a test to get your novice license, which means you could drive alone with only one passenger. Very restrictions, you know. We got a chest. What the heck? A hype chest. Whoa! Look at this. This is not a cute emote. No offense to this, whatever that is. But yeah, when you're 17, you can get your novice license. Well, you guys got better emotes. What the hell? But yeah, it's a. And then when you're 19, you can take you can get your full license. So that's the 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 flow of how you get your license in BC. Are you streaming Arcane Part 2 today? I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't cry on stream. You guys don't want to see my reactions to Arcane. Look, I was in tears the whole episode, first episode, and like half of the second episode. Okay, I had a lot of feelings about Arcane. It was 14 and then 2 years to get full, but I think it's changed. That's way too young. Yeah, I'm glad. I feel like they should have changed that. Because they live such short lives in Alberta because of the cold and the moose attacks. That's true. A lot of things are younger in Alberta. Like you can drink. Like normally in Canada it's like 19 to drink, but in Alberta it's 18. Don't know why. I guess you could just cross. Like that was a huge thing. Like we had a school trip to Banff for like a music festival for like band and choir, and like we would go there and like a bunch of the people in grade 12 would be 18, so like they could drink, and it was a disaster. I won't go into detail, but they may have gotten us banned. Not me. The grade maybe before us may have gotten us banned from every hotel in Banff. So then we had to stay outside of Banff and take the bus in. So that may have happened. Also, where's my music? Are you really saying, are you still watching? It's been 10 minutes. YouTube really needs to stop. It's in the middle of a video, too. What the hell? Like, they're asking me if I'm still watching. It's like the middle of the song. We just want to listen to Feel Special. You got your favorite? What? That's your favorite? It's weird. Like, why is it like a different art style than the rest of it? Quebec is 18. Oh yeah, but Quebec just like operates under like a different scale to the rest of Canada. And welcome in, Elisa. How are you? How's it? What? Everyone, we need like. I was like giving you guys some updates in the Discord, but like, I didn't get updates on your lives. Like, what have you been up to for the past 3 weeks? You doing good? How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I feel actually awake now, and I think I've recovered from both jet lag and my vaccines. What? Where are these? Oh, are these? Do everyone have these? Oh, we all have these emotes. Nice. That's cute. I love my favorite. Actually, I watched Arcane Act 1 this week. Obviously, I didn't have time to watch it today. Act 2 today because it's like 9 a.m., okay? It's 9 a.m. I did not watch Arcane at 9 a.m., but um, who would I say my favorite characters? I would say my favorite character is probably Victor, like a lot of people. I think probably they did not expect Victor to be so popular because Victor is like so popular and he's not that popular in League like in general. But yours is Vi. I do love Vi. I think mine. I mean, I love Caitlyn so much. Like I main Caitlyn in League of Legends. Like I play only Caitlyn pretty much. And then when she was in Arcane, I was like, oh no way. But I want to know if she's my favorite character. Like I want to be Caitlyn. So maybe that means my favorite character is Vi. Cause like I'm kind of like in love with Vi. Like if Vi was real, like you guys have no idea. Um, if you went to your first ever Twitch meetup. Oh, that's exciting. I hope it went well. Well, I mean, you said it was fun, so I'm glad it went well. Rick told me your specialist role is hard to get vacation, but won't pay me more, so that's new. That's garbage. I'm sorry. How much vacation do you get? Jinx over Victor? I mean, Jinx has been really growing on me. Like Jinx has never been my favorite character. I think she's a great secondary. I guess there's not really a protagonist in Arcane, but like I think Jinx is great. And that recent scene with her, like there's like a no spoilers, but like there's like a fight scene in like I think the third episode, and it's so good. It's like so well animated. It's so fun. Music is great. Like Arcane just does like a great like Arcane just like the animation quality is like in another level. Like you guys have no idea how much money they spent on Arcane. Like Arcane is so expensive because of how high quality the animation is. I look so lovely. So do you, Lisa. I can't see you, but I'm sure you do. You became older, went to a sick concert, turned in your first exam of the semester. Congrats. But I guess it's only the first. Now you're pretty much up to date. Oh yeah, you went like deaf, right, at the concert? I saw that. When's Olaf coming to Arcane? I don't know who's coming. I know there's some champions upcoming, but I won't spoil it. Also, love with Vi. Kimmy as well is weird. She just transcends like any sexuality or anything. You know, just like Vi's just hot. You went to another hardcore show last week, not a Japanese one this time. I hope it was good. The animation is so good. I know, it's so good. You get 2 weeks of vacations. You play games 3 days a week while you get paid. So I guess there's that. 2 weeks is nothing. I'm so sorry. 2 weeks is rough, but that's pretty like standard for a lot of like, especially like an entry level job. But like, if you're in like a specialized role, I feel like they should give you more. Find out Godspeed You Black Emperor coming to Norway in March. So you get yourself a ticket for that. Oh, well, they're coming. That's really good. I never have fans coming to Vancouver. They don't come here. You're going to London next week? What? No way. What are you gonna do there? Are you meeting up with friends? Warwick was teased in season 1. Yeah, Warwick is pretty much Warwick is not even like a question. Like Warwick is coming. We kind of like it's been pretty much confirmed in season 1. Which I'm excited for. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but like I'm very excited for it. I'm a big Warwick enjoyer playing in League recently, but I'm really bad. Like I'm not a good Warwick, but I have fun, and that's what matters. I heard that Arcane costs 25 scenes from another pretty good show. Oh my god, I would believe that. Arcane is like I feel like a lot of people don't realize how expensive some of this animation costs because like it takes so much work. You're seeing Friends. That's good. She's going to do crimes. You can do both at once. You gotta go to Dad's birthday tomorrow. So chores today. Okay. Good luck with your chores and happy birthday to your dad. You got all these cool middle-aged hipster bands like Broken Social Scene and Stars. Me? In Canada, I don't know of these. I'm not a middle-aged man, I guess. we get some bands. Like don't get me wrong. Like we got a lot of people coming through, but like a lot of times, like a lot of bands that go on tour, they often skip Vancouver. Half of Canada plays hockey. The other half are members of a broken social scene. Oh, of the band. They're all members of the band. Which one am I? I guess if I was gonna be in one of those, I would be in the band. I'm definitely more of a music guy than a hockey player. I would, yeah, not a. I like watching hockey, but um, I don't live and breathe hockey like many of my guys. um, Thought you were a hockey enforcer. That's me. Um, it's me, Tyler Myers. Is that his name? The really tall guy. Oh no, that's Miller. No, can't remember. They both have M names, just like me. Um, Whoever is like the really really tall guy on the Canucks team, that's me. He's just like much bigger than everyone else. Me just my favorite music guy. I've been trying. I want to prepare. I'm trying to prepare my music stream. I know I've been promising the singing stream for a very long time, but I just never have time to practice. So I've been trying to get around to it. Okay. Um, it will come probably in the new year because I only have like 3 weeks before I leave again. So it's probably not gonna be able to prepare in the 3 weeks. All the tall M name guys, Miller, Myers, and Miju. That's me. That's me. I would fit right in on the Canucks. They should think about hiring me. The next time someone is injured, I think I could sub in, you know? I can skate. I can skate at like I don't know, if like 0 is can't skate at all and 10 is like a hockey player, I would say like I'm like a 4. Like I think I can skate without falling over. Um, but I don't think I can skate backwards. You know? So that's like my skill level in skating. Um, but if I'm in a situation where people can't really skate, like for example, when we were in Japan, we go to round 1 and they have roller skating, okay? And no one in Japan can skate. Um, we're on the scale of figure skaters and speed skaters. Also 10. They can all skate extremely competently. I can't differentiate between them. I'm sure they can all skate to a equal level, you know? I don't know. Maybe they just have different types of skates. I don't know. And welcome in, Bunny. Hope you're doing well. And happy belated birthday. I hope you had a good one. But yeah, whenever I'm in Japan, we go to the roller skating rink. No one in Japan can skate. Okay, maybe I'm sure some people can, but like at least in my mom's hometown, no one can skate. Like they're like trying to walk, and then like they fall down. Okay, that's the level of the skating. And some people can maybe like hobble along, you know, without falling. That's about the level. And like so I go there and I'm like I'm able to skate circles around them. But I always go with my brother and he plays like inline hockey, so he can just skate like he can like skate backwards and stuff. So like he always steals my coolness, you know, like I'm like I could be the best skater in this rink if it wasn't for my brother. I've never experienced people being like, "Wow, you're so good at skating." So, which I guess is fair enough. I'm not that good at skating. Figure skaters are beyond human. I mean, that's true, but they just do like, or sorry, not they just do, but like I would say like they're really good at skating, but like most of their talent is like in doing like the jumps and stuff, which is not necessarily skating, right? Like if you're just like considering just like straight on skating, you know, like I would say they're probably pretty equal, no? In terms of like they could just like live on the ice without a problem. You know, like if they had to just like everywhere they go, they just had to be on the ice. Like I think they would all be fine. But I don't know. I don't know how you measure. Like I just don't know how you measure like skating level, you know? Because they can all skate forward, they can all skate backward, they can all actually maybe hockey players can't jump as well. I'm sure they could jump on the ice though. Like I'm sure like hockey players are like very comfortable on the ice. I'm sure they could jump. They just probably can't do like a triple axel, you know? But like I don't know if I count that as like skating or like specifically figure skating. I don't know if this is a helpful discussion. um but yeah, going back to Arcane. Because I have a lot of thoughts on Arcane, okay? But I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't spoil anything. I think it's just been very honestly, see, Act 1 has been very good. If I had to give, like, honestly, like music, acting, music, acting, and like animation and the writing has been all like. I'm very excited to see how it goes. It's like a very good setup. But if I had to give it one critique, as like a video essayist enjoyer, if I had to give it one critique, the pacing is a bit fast, but I understand they have a lot of things to set up. You know, so like, but the one scene where the pacing was like very jarring, I would say, is I can't spoil it, but there's one scene where someone basically says like goodbye, I have to go. If you've watched Act 1, you probably know which scene I'm talking about. That scene was a bit too fast. I think like they should have taken like a couple days or something. Even if it went fast like in the show itself, but like they should have at least shown that person like staying around for like a bit, maybe one day. Like it was a bit soon. It was like 1 minute. There's a new meta. You saw that there's a new meta. Where? Keep your hands on your back during the turn for aerodynamics. And some skaters are complaining because it's really hard to do it at speed. Keep your hands behind your back. I guess you want to like swing your arms for like balance, no? When I was really young, you fell on my face while skating and cried and haven't skated since. What? How can you be a citizen of Calgary and not know how to skate? Did you not have like skating in school? Like, did you not have field trips to the skating rink? Actually, when we went to a field trip to the skating rink, there was only like one person in my class who couldn't skate, and that was my friend, and she was very bad. But everyone else could skate like at a competent level, you know? Triple axel goal celebrate, that would be pretty sick. But I don't even know if you could do it on hockey skates, you know? Like I feel like you'd fall. You're back. You're not needed for 1.5 hours. Let's go. Not needed for what? I thought you were doing chores. Or like you, and maybe I don't know. Maybe it's your laundry cycle. The opening of episode 1 was slow pacing but really good. I mean, the opening was very emotional, so I think it's not necessarily. It was slow pacing in a sense, but it was very packed with like emotion. Oh, and the way they animated that, like, or sorry, yeah, the way they animated, or maybe that was episode 2. I'm getting confused, but like, the scenes with Caitlyn where it's like all like black and white, and only some things are like, only some things are colored in. So good, so good. I was in tears. You did rollerblading? What? But it's surely you have so many ice rinks. Like I don't even know where you'd go rollerblading here. We only have ice rinks. Actually, sometimes they have rollerblading. Like when my brother played inline hockey, it was when they melted the ice rinks. It's the same place. You're not needed for chores. That's great. You used to rollerblade around everywhere. All the kids on my streets were little hooligans. I don't think I rollerbladed outside very much. I think it's too scary. But I was more of like a scooter kid. I had a scooter, and I also would bike ride. But you guys know I have a very troubled history with bike riding, so I stopped bike riding when I was like 10 probably, and I just didn't go back to it. And me and my brother also had skateboards, but then one time we left outside, and then our neighbor ran it over with a car. But it still works actually. You're reading Evgenia Medved. What is this? The Sailor Moon. What's a Sailor Moon's figure skater? What do you mean Sailor Moon? Did she dress as Sailor Moon? You fast skipped through part of the episode 1 opening? Oh my gosh, Etsy. You have a Gen Z attention span. But I thought it was good. I thought people are complaining that it's like too fast paced, right? Like, people are complaining that the pacing is too fast. I guess you had the opposite problem. I will say, like, I sometimes skip through stuff. I will say, like, for example, I said this in the Discord, but like I was watching Severance, and it's like a thriller, right? It was very suspenseful. And in the last episode, like I was just like losing my mind. I was like, bro, like they were in like a very time sensitive situation, okay? Like Mr. Adam Scott was in a very sensitive situation. And I was like, you don't have time. And they kept like, the scenes in like shows where they're like, they have to say something important, but then they keep getting like someone's like, oh, like can we talk about this later? Or like they get interrupted because like something's happening. And I was like, bro, like, or like when there's like a misunderstanding. Okay, the shows where there's a misunderstanding, and like if the person just said it, or like, okay, no. How about this? Two people are about to talk, and then they're like, oh no, you go first. Oh no, you go first, and then they let the other person go first, and it ruins everything. I'm like, I hate. That's my least favorite plotline type ever. The misunderstanding ones suck, and I'm like, you know what you can do? You could just no like no like you can be rude in the situation. You can interrupt the other person if it would fix the misunderstanding, right? Like you can just say it. Like you don't have to like it's not like a turn-based RPG. Like you can just say it, you know? Like you know what I mean? So like that was really annoying me in Severance. So then I skipped through the ending. Because I was like I watched for a while, and then I was getting so annoyed. I was like, Adam, like you just like I know like stuff is going on, but like just grab this person and tell them what you need to say, because like you don't have time. Like you might have like 5 minutes. Like stop. It was so annoying. Um, she blew up because of her performance to the Sailor Moon theme. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know any figure skaters. Um, the pacing since then is fast. I'm scared it's gonna make the show worse than it could be. I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I think they have a good track record, and I do trust them to make a good show. I think there's a lot to set up, especially there's so many characters now. Um, there's so many characters now. Like I think they just have to, like they just have to set up a lot of things, And I can understand like it's meant to be a bit chaotic, Every episode and every K drama. Yeah, that's like the worst thing for me on like there's so many like annoying K drama tropes, but like that's my least favorite one in like any. It usually happens in like rom coms and like teen shows and stuff like that. Like it's the worst. I'm like literally if that was me, I would just like if there's a misunderstanding, I would just say it. Like what's your problem? Pokemon Battle coin flip combo and they keep flipping tails for real. They don't fail at choosing the wrong person to talk. Exactly. Oh my god, that's like every K drama where like, okay, one person has it in their mind. One person's like, I'm gonna confess my feelings, right? And you're like, that's great. That's where we want this to go. The other person convinced. They're convinced that the other person is gonna reject them, so they're like, I better break up with them first. So then they're like, and then they start talking at the same time, and they're like, oh no, you go first. And obviously the person that's gonna do the weird breakup thing is gonna go first, And then the other person gets the wrong idea. Like that happens in like 40% of K dramas, for real. There's a Pokemon game card app, Pokemon card game app. No. Is that what you guys are posting about? You trusted Game of Thrones to be good? Oh no. I mean, but like I feel like Arcane is a very strong. I mean, okay, a strong track record of like one season, but like they've shown that they're putting quality over like quantity, or like the speed of which they release things, And welcome in, Sana. Thanks for the 43 months. Your friend's mom is obsessed with K-dramas recently. Oh no. It's a slippery slope. And welcome in, Faisal. Hope you're doing well today. How'd you get that Arcane thing? Is it because you watched the premiere on someone's channel? Because I probably don't have that, right? I can't watch that premiere on someone's channel. I need to like watch it at the time that's best for me, That premiere on is it only on the Riot Games channel? Ugh, I want, but I guess I'm like, oh, I want that, but like, when do I ever type in chat for that to be relevant? So I guess I don't need the badge. If I could just see it in the chat, then I'll be happy. It's your birthday? Well, happy birthday. On the official code stream to get as well. Okay, okay. I guess but like I want to be spoiled before I want to watch it myself. I guess I could just put it on and then like mute it. But I don't need the badge. I really don't need the badge. Your best time streamer for us? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a mess. Okay, I can't be streaming. I can't be streaming it. You could be 9 a.m. for the Twitch badge or for the Arcane premiere. I understand for the Arcane premiere. For the Twitch badge, I don't know. Both. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not a. I guess I don't even like type in chat, so like I guess it's fine. Like when is anyone gonna see the badge if I get it? But yeah, it's I mean, I feel like I haven't even told you guys about my trip, but like I post a lot of pictures, so like I don't know what else there even is to say, you know? We went on like a road trip. Like on the second weekend I was there, we went on a road trip. We went from Miyazaki to Aso, which is like a place that is supposed to have very beautiful mountains and a very beautiful view. But that day it was rainy. There was like supposed to be, or there was possibly going to be a typhoon that weekend. So honestly, like it's great that we could even go. The typhoon ended up hitting Taiwan, and it was like a really big typhoon. So I guess it's good. It didn't come here, but like it was a bit rainy, and it was very foggy. Like it was like there was like some places we could see it, like when it cleared up for a minute because it was so windy, right? So like it would like the clouds would roll in and out, and then some places it would just be like a wall of fog. Like it would be like the lost woods. Like you just can't see anything. So it's like, oh, that's great. What a great time to go up a mountain and see a beautiful view. You just can't see anything. It's just a wall. And then we went up to like there's like a peak place. And then and then at the top of the mountain there was 45 kilometers per hour gusts of wind. And I was like, it was so strong that like people like would be like climbing in other doors of their car because like if you open your car door, like it's gonna like fly open, you know what I mean? That's how strong the wind was. And like it was like for me, like I'm not that heavy, so like I was actually like I wouldn't fly away, but I was like I'm like I have to stand, like I'm standing on a moving bus, you know what I mean? Like if I just stand normally, I'm gonna fall down. So I was like, you know what, we're all like, yeah, let's leave. Like we literally cannot function in this wind, you know? It would it was I've never felt a wind that strong. Like I was like, I felt pretty strong wind in the past, but like 45 kilometers per hour is like very strong. Like I feel like I don't know what would fly away. Like maybe like a small animal would fly away. I don't know. Could you suggest me an anime? Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't watch anime. Remember when I went to a meteor as a kid, you're holding on for dear life? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've experienced very strong wind as a child, but I don't know if it was actually stronger if I was just like really light because I was a child. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I've been to Alaska as a kid, but like I remember there being a very very strong wind at some point, and I like almost fell down. But I was also like 10, so like it might not have been as strong because I feel like the amount of wind to knock over grown me is probably more than the amount of wind to knock over like 10-year-old me, you know? So it wasn't very strong. You recommended me so many great anime like JJK and MHA. I'm trying to think of what MHA is. It's like Monster Hunter. But it's not Monster Hunter. I know JJK. But like My Hero Academia. Oh, I was going in the wrong direction. Monster Hunter Academy. It's like a school sim, like a high school sim of Monster Hunter. A Monster Hunter anime would be cool. That would be cool. I'm sure Riot is gonna make an anime at some point. Like I'm pretty convinced. Like I feel like they're gonna make an anime at some point. Um, and like I might have to watch it. I don't know. Depends who it's about. It really depends who it's about. Like it if it's like Yasuo and Yone, then I don't know. I kind of like Yone, but like I don't know. I don't know if that would be convincing enough for me. Technically, Arcane is an anime. I don't think so. I think it's just an animated show. About Ari, I guess yeah, Ari. I think if they were gonna make another show, I think Ionia is a really good choice because like there's so many really popular characters in there, like Ari, and Yasuo. Like I think it's a pretty good choice, and League fans are kind of weeb, so like I think it would be a good choice. Supposedly they're considering an anime show for Apex. The hype for that has died so much at this point. I don't know if they should even consider now. I don't know how well that would do. I mean, if it was just a good show to begin with, then I guess that would be fine. But then at that point, like, why even tie it to Apex? I don't know. I think Noxus would be cool. In my heart, I want Ionia for Aurelia. That's true. That's true. There's a lot of good options. There's a lot of good options for sure. I don't know. I don't know what they'll go with, but I think Ionia is a very strong candidate. I'm gonna show was 14-year-old Aurelia versus Swain. I guess we'll see. I guess there's even within even if Arcane is like Piltover and Zon, there's a lot of characters they're not showing, right? So I guess it's not there's a lot of options even within one region. You watched the Minecraft movie? I don't think so. I don't think I'm the target audience for the Minecraft movie. But I'll let you guys watch it and tell me how I'll let you guys watch it and tell me how you enjoy it. I'm not a huge I enjoy Minecraft like an average amount, but like I'm not a huge Minecraft fan. Like I don't know if I would understand the references. You know what I mean? I actually bought the Callista Viego novel today. Oh, is it good? I guess you haven't read it yet. Is it supposed to be good? I think like Viego, that kind of story would be a good one, but they've already done like a lot. I don't know. But apparently like the event they did about that was like really bad. So like maybe they need some redemption. Because I think like the Shadow Isle story would be really cool too. I think I'd be into that. You love Jack Black, but you're giving that film a wide berth. Yeah, I have very little interest in it. He's a whole book. He doesn't need a show. That's what I'm thinking too. Because he has a whole book. He has a whole event about him. They've done a lot with that story already. So I don't know, but it's a pretty good story. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of movies coming out recently. I'm very excited for Wicked, despite all the messiness. Despite all the messiness going on, I'm still very excited as a musical theater fan. I'm very excited for Wicked. I think they'll do a great job. I also found out that the director of Wicked also directed In the Heights. So I have he directed In the Heights. He directed Crazy Rich Asians, which is not really relevant, but shows he can make a very popular movie. Yeah, so I'm excited. He's a big musical theater fan, and I'm going to see Wicked like this Broadway show as well. I get to compare them. I guess, but the movie is only half the show, so I don't know what the comparison is here. Investa got a book and a lead role in Arcane. I don't know how many people read the book though. Like, I guess you. Maybe, like, I don't know. How many League players are reading? Like, that's the real question. Oh, Moana 2? When does that come out? Does that also come out in November? But, like, I think also the FNAF movie is coming out. I don't know if I will watch it in theaters this time. It was kind of fun to watch the first one in theaters. There was a bunch of I would say about 12 to 14-year-old boys there in the theater, and they were being very loud. But it was kind of, but then at the same time, like I was kind of the old like boomer in me was like kind of annoyed. I was like, guys, can you stop? But part of me was like, you know what? I think it's sweet that they're so hyped for the movie, and like as also a FNAF fan, I'm happy for them. Um, but yeah, it's a. I don't know if I will see that. I think I could just. I think they did like a live premiere on streaming as well, so like I may as well just watch. The most book-like thing really for is reader Cassante's abilities and patch notes. That's true. That's true. They can read. No, they surely just watch a video about it though. Like I'm sure they just watch a video about the patch notes. You so excited for Moana? Does it look good? I haven't seen any of like the promo stuff like that. I only got like a video recommended to me on my YouTube saying like the lyrics are trash. Like that's all like I don't know if that's like a good thing. But I guess we'll see. But I'm like, what do you mean like the lyrics are trash? Like when like do Disney songs have like amazing lyrics? Like they're more like to convey the story. I don't know. Like I feel like it's not like a like when you have like lyrics for like like a like a theater show, like it's not really like it's more like sometimes it's like dialogue. Like I don't know. League players get into the habit of reading while waiting for the queue. They should. I think that'd be good for them. That's like at the Viega book. Oh my god, Sana. Were they kicking the back of your seat? Oh, I was in the last row. I was in the last row actually, because that was the only seat I could get because it was like, it was getting pretty full, for the premiere. But the kid next to me, he was like 10. He was like every time something would come on screen, he would like whisper to his brother that's like next to him. He's like, "Oh my god, that's Golden Freddy." And I'd be like, "Yeah, it's the spirit of the crying child in it. That's Golden Freddy." And I could hear him every time. I was like, "Oh my god!" But it was kind of cute. It was cute because he was so young. If he was like 14, it would have been less cute. They have a bigger boat in Moana. That's pretty sick. That's bigger boat, better movie. No, I'm sure like the music will be fun. But what are they like? I just feel like I don't know. I feel a bit jaded these days about like Disney films because I feel like they're like especially like even like Pixar these days. They're really just like milking it. Like I feel like a lot of stories have like very completed ending. Like for example, like Toy Story. Like they had a completed ending, and they're like instead of making something new, they're scared and they just want something that will like guarantee them money, and they just keep making like a sequel, right? And they've been making so many sequels. So I feel like with Moana, like Moana ended really well. Like what? Like I'm sure like you can justify like whatever else is happening, but like I feel like at that point you're just like it doesn't require a sequel, you know what I mean? Um Golden Freddy, no way, yeah. It was just it was an experience. I never experienced like a theater situation like that. I've watched like Endgame in theaters and stuff like that, but like there was a lot of like I think no, I walk it. So actually I watched that in the 19 plus theater. So maybe if I'd went to like a normal theater, it would have been like it would have been children. I don't know, but I feel like Marvel has like a very there's a lot of older people that watch Marvel as well. Um Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5 is crazy to me. Apparently Disney's hiring the EA CEO as Disney CEO. I was literally just watching a movie about The Sims 4 and like how they have like I think it's like 80 something or like 50 something DLCs, right? I think it's like 86, something like that. And some people are complaining now their game doesn't run. Like their Sims game doesn't run because they have all the DLCs and the game cannot handle it. Like it's a 10-year-old game now and they keep adding stuff to it and it literally cannot handle it. The game was already buggy to begin with, And the Sims, this is old news, but they said the Sims, they're not making the Sims 5 because they're like, well, people will keep buying the Sims 4 DLC, so instead of making a new game, we'll just keep releasing stuff on the Sims 4. But yeah, it's such a mess. A 19 plus theater? Yeah, we have VIP theaters here that are 19 plus. I think it's because of they serve alcohol. Um, I don't know, but they still check ID, so I don't really know what the issue is. Maybe it's just for like a kid-free experience. I don't know. I think it's because like when you walk in, there's like a bar. I think that's why. But like it's very nice. It's like a VIP theaters, and like you get like really nice reclining chairs, and they like serve stuff to your seat. But the food there is like very overpriced. Um, and there's so many bugs and glitches. Yeah, The Sims is it's been glitchy from the start, but every time they add something new, it just gets worse. Imagine that code base. I'm sure it's a huge mess at this point. Like, but I feel like I really like. They said they're not releasing Sims 5 because they said that like the people who bought a lot of DLCs won't want to necessarily start over. But like, you have to start over at some point. And I'm sure that's not their reason. Like, I'm sure it's not for the good of the players who feel like they want to start over. We just serve alcohol at the regular family theater. I think we do as well. But I think maybe the 19 plus is possibly because of the bar. Like when you walk in, there's a bar. I don't really know why it's 19 plus. Maybe it's just the kids are annoying. I don't know. As an avid Sims player, I've been playing The Sims. You've been playing since The Sims 2. No way. Sims 4 is such a mess. Yeah, The Sims 4 has so many problems. Like, it's just like greediness. It's greediness to the max, you know? It's a $40 DLC that barely works. Some DLCs are like, I think the expansion packs or the game packs or whatever are like $50. They go on sale like a lot, but like still, come on. And they're like, I mean, this is like well-known issues for a long time, but like, for example, in The Sims 3, they had like one pack that was like pets, right? And in Sims 4, they have 3 packs. They have cats and dogs. They have My First Pet stuff, and they have like a horse pack. So like they have 3 packs for the. They have like what was 1 pack in the past is now 3. The Sims 5 is definitely gonna be €70. I don't know. I feel like they might make it free. Cause like Sims 4 is currently free. I think like maybe I don't know. Like maybe it's just like because like Sims 4, the base game on its own is like bare bones, right? It's like nothing. People were complaining, and it used to be $40. But now it's free. So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna go like the free model. Maybe it's better. One golden ready on the rock face. What? If that was a drink, I might try it. And one gimme. Hope you're doing well. EA and free don't go together. I mean, a free to play model could work. Like free base game, charge for every DLC. Like I think that could be possible. Cause I'm sure EA does free to play games, right? Like free to play model games, like microtransaction games. Like League, not really like League though, because League only has more like I don't know, like League is just cosmetic upgrades. But like I think I don't know what the comparison would be. Sims 3 base game has so much stuff. Yeah, I never played Sims 3. I only played Sims 4. Welcome in, Nitru. I'm feeling pretty good. It's going pretty well. So last time you've been here, you dyed your hair a different color. Oh, what color did you dye your hair? You can do so much stuff in The Sims 4. I had just the base game for a long time. It's pretty bare bones. But as a Sims player, I think I only have a couple packs. I think I bought a few when I only build in the game, so that's probably why. Because I literally just like bought a couple like stuff packs. Like or no, I bought tiny home pack and I bought a couple of like the stuff packs. But I don't know. And I think for stream I bought cats and dogs, but I haven't really used it much. It's really buggy. My cat, my dog, I made like Luca in the game, and he just like goes outside. Like he just like He just gets lost. Like the dogs don't work. The Ari skin was a free. You could tell you that. That's a different thing altogether. But like you can play League like totally fine without paying anything because it's everything is just cosmetic, right? You're working as always. I'm sorry. Hope you get a good day off soon. You haven't played any Sims games? It's probably for the best these days. It's EA, you know. Like playing Jungle, they had to pay $10 for Krugs, $20 for Red Buff and Blue Buff, and 40. That would be EA if they made League for sure, for sure. Imagine you had to pay real money for items. You're like, you want LDR? $20. Pay up. Your hair color is blonde, dark almond brown, and medium blonde together. That sounds really pretty. It's way better if you pay. Not really. It's literally just cosmetic. I think that's a like I do not mind microtransactions in the games that are completely cosmetic. Like that's totally fine. Cause like people can fund the game and the people who don't want to pay or cannot pay can do it for free. And the people who pay are getting enjoyment out of it, you know? Whatever. I have no problem with that. Like I have no problem with games where it's like you can play completely free to play. Like for example, even like Genshin, while I don't agree with like the gacha model, you can play just free to play, right? Like I think that's the best outcome. And like yeah, The Sims you can play free to play, but like the fact that 99% of the gameplay is gated behind these DLCs, and the sheer amount of DLC is like you basically like it's like they're selling you a sandwich, but only the bread is free, and you have to just like pay for everything in it, you know. Genshin has gotcha a couple times. Yeah, I know. It's a gotcha game. You don't even build it now that it's free. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Then no one would build it. For most free games, you own try to grind hours just because you don't want to buy. Yeah, that's annoying too. I think that's annoying too. I think that's why the best the best model is like you only pay for cosmetics. Like I think that's the most consumer friendly model where you like there's no gameplay advantage. There's no extra gameplay. It's literally just cosmetic. Like I think that's the best way to monetize. But a lot of games don't do that. You ignored your pun. I don't get your pun. I'm sorry. But yeah, but I don't like the mobile game model that I think Nitro is talking about. I don't like the mobile game model where it's like you either wait like a ridiculous amount of time or you just pay a little bit of money. You know what I mean? Or it's like I don't really play mobile games, but like what's an example? Oh my god, I was watching a video recently. You know that game like Episode Choose Your Own Adventure? You know that one? Yeah, like I don't know about you guys, but I get ads for it all the time. I was watching a video about it, and apparently like it's like a choose your own adventure game, but the good options cost money. So it's like the official stories that they release. It would be like you'll be playing like a romance novel, right? And then it'll be like the love interest proposes to you, and like to say yes, it costs money. But to say like to throw the drink in his face is free, and you're like, what? That's actually how they work. But there's a bunch of like fan created stories that don't have that. So I think that's what people mostly play. But the official ones, like they all like charge you money to like do actually what you want in the story. You get mobile games, War of Robots or Dragon City Upgrade. I don't know what like mobile game ads have I been getting recently. I don't even know. Like I think definitely like Genshin, Star Rail, stuff like that. But I don't know about the other games. I kind of like tune them all out now at this point. Also, I was getting a lot of like Japanese ads while I was in Japan, so I don't really know anymore. Me an episode getting married in your PJs because you were supposed to spend IRL money for a wedding dress. For real. I think that's literally how it works. Imagine buying a ring and then needing to pay to unlock the yes answer when proposing. I literally think it's like that. It's like, sometimes it makes me so sad. Like, it makes me so sad that like that mobile games have so much potential. As someone who loves, I do like playing games on my phone. As someone, like, mobile games have so much potential, but they just release trash. Like, they just only release trash. But like, they could do so much cool stuff with mobile games now. Welcome in, Shkana. Thanks for the 43 months. Hope you've been well. Even seeing the goofy McDonald's ad with this girl singing. I don't know if I remember that ad. I don't even know what ads I was getting in Japan. He's one French ad trying to recruit me to work at a French energy company. I get French ads too, actually. I don't even know what ads I've been making. I feel like I've just been like in like a brain fog this past week, so I don't remember any ads. Isn't a streamer. I'm finally back, but only for a bit. I promise, guys. Like, I'm back for 3 weeks, and I'm going away for another like 3 weeks. But then once I'm back, I'm gonna be back for a long time, like months. Okay, I promise. I have no more vacation days. I promise. I use them all. You sub for 43 months, and he subs for 43 months. Like half an hour later, he just wants to be you. We need to just again remember to stream. I will remember, don't worry. Do you even work? Not this quarter, apparently. Well, like we're trying to like actually this quarter, we're literally trying to release we're trying to like ship our project this quarter, right? And like I'm away like half of the quarter, and my coworker is leaving like in like a couple weeks because his wife is having a baby. So like everyone's gone. Like, and then I'm pretty sure my other coworker, like the last member of my team that's not the manager, is like also going on a vacation in December. So like this is not a good month for us. Everyone's gone. But that's kind of how it goes. Like Q4, everyone's gone. Like it's the holidays. Everyone's gone. Welcome in, Maestro. How was my vacation? It was great. It was great. It's nice to come back and see Luca, of course, but you know, it's always great to spend time with our family. I had a fun time. Is this a real Pokemon? Lechonk? Of course Lechonk is real. I know that guy. You're even a software dev, your vacation developer? I'll be sick. And I want that for my job. Let's hope the project doesn't need any more back-end engineering. What do you mean? It's only back end. I don't know any front end developers. Major talking in quarters like a fancy exec. I only just I've been at my company for like 3 years now. No. Yeah, 3 years now, and I could not figure out what the quarters were. I was like, but then I was like, oh, you just divide the year into 4 quarters. But then for some reason, I thought like, I don't know, I think it's in like finance. They start the quarters in like February, right? So I thought it was that. But then like, my manager kept being like, oh, like Q4s now. And I was like, wait a second. Yeah, we're not using the weird finance quarters, you know? I was very confused. I don't even know if it's a real thing or if I just made it up. You gone for a couple days in December for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Orchestra? Wait, where is it? Is it not nearby? Is it in Edmonton? Luca seems like the coolest one in your family, but your uncle would give Luca a run for his money. He would. My uncle's pretty cool. I told him about what you guys said because I remember I was like telling you guys about his like frugalness with his headphones, with like buying the $3 headphones over and over, and then everyone was like, "That's sick!" Like, and your uncle's cool. And then I told my uncle that, and he was very pleased. Like, and then I was like, and then like we were talking in the car about something else like he did that was like bad, and he was like, "Don't tell your friends that." I was like, "Okay, I won't." So I'm not telling you guys what it is, but it didn't look great on him, you know. He wanted to look cool. Having a good day, but came here to cheer yourself up. I'm sorry. I hope your day gets better. We're using the video game release date quarters, apparently. I don't really understand the quarters. Like, I think people use different quarters. It's in Edmonton, I'm sorry. Have fun going all the way to Edmonton. I'm sure the orchestra will be great though. He loved his reaction of both ears work. No, I really was not expecting that. Like I was like, oh, it must sound better because I got him Audio Technica headphones, and I was like, that's a good brand, you know, like that's I'm as a someone who watched a lot of audio videos. When buying this mic, I watched so many mic review channels, like, and I still sometimes watch them. Like Audio Technica is not bad. Although the microphone that my brother had was like a cheap Audio Technica one, and that was garbage. Ends up spending more on frugal headphones per year than one good pair. Exactly. I'm like, that's not how we do it, you know? Like, if the headphones only last you a few weeks, you may as well just buy a good pair, you know? Like, come on. That's why I bought him a good pair. So he can stop doing that. But yeah, yeah, and other updates on my. Oh, should we check if he's played the games I got him? I should check that. I tried playing Overcooked with him, but it didn't work out. It was too hard for him. I was like, I was trying to. We were doing like the. Well, when we got to the levels where you have to start like frying stuff and cooking stuff, like he kept like putting stuff down and then like not knowing where he put it, and he didn't really understand like when something was like in the pot and like when it was cooked and stuff like that. Like he was just having a lot of trouble with that. He was really cracked at Overcooked. He was not. It was like I was having like, speaking of like people who aren't very like, I guess this is a very he is a gamer, right? But like he's not like technologically competent, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like he's not like computer literate. So he wasn't like for me, I'm like, oh, Overcooked is quite simple. But then like when I played it with him, I was like, oh, it's not simple. Like the recipes change like every level. Like I know they repeat, but like they still keep changing every level. So it was quite hard for him to like to grasp the mechanics, right? So I was like, yeah, I guess that's something that we were talking about before, like, or that Estat mentioned in the Discord, like gaming for non-gamers. Like there's a lot of things that we just take for granted in games. We're like, oh, like of course this works this way. But like if you don't play games, you wouldn't know that. And even after, I wanted to let you know that your Akuma has leveled up even more. You're what? So you're basically a pro. At what? Overcooked is fun, but like, I thought it would be fun to play with them, but it was just too high. I think it was too like the combination of it being very fast paced and too like if I think if we were able to take it slow, then it wouldn't have been a problem, but it was just too fast paced. Seeing TV show part 2 of Cobra Kai. Oh, season 6 drop, and then part 3 doesn't drop till February. What? They wait that long between episodes of a season? That's so long. He's probably a demon on the fax machine. That's true. He's probably very competent at fax machines. But he barely knows how to use his phone, so like, I guess it's understandable. I just don't know how he played Tears of the Kingdom. Like, Tears of the Kingdom is like quite complex. Like, as someone who wasn't really a gamer by the time I got around to playing Breath of the Wild, I was struggling in Breath of the Wild. Like, I was like, there were so many mechanics in the game suddenly. Like, I literally only played like small, very small scale indie games that had like 1 or 2 mechanics, right? And then going into Breath of the Wild, I was like, there's so much going on, right? Like, what? I had a lot of trouble, but like, I guess he just figured out. Tears of the Kingdom is even more complex, so I don't know. But Nintendo is pretty good with the. Nintendo is pretty good at tutorials. There's a Miju and Uncle Baldur's Gate 3 stream. What? When would I ever play that? Akuma, your main is Street Fighter. Oh, okay. I don't know. I was like, what are you? Are you being a demon on your like side job? Like, but yeah, that's cool. Have you been ranking up? Speaking of waiting long for episodes, where's Stranger Things? I don't know. I think earlier this year they were like going through the lines and I think they were filming. So I'm assuming early next year. I would Q1 2025 Q1 perhaps. I don't know. I feel like that will be the last season. No. I really enjoyed season 4. I know a lot of people. Some people didn't like it, but like I love season 4. Cause like I thought like Stranger Things 1 was really good. Like Stranger Things 1 is like the best, right? But then like 2 was pretty good. 3 was kind of worse. And then 4 really stepped it up again. So I'm hopeful. I want a good wrap up for them, you know? Let's see if my uncle played. Oh, he played Octopath. Okay, so he played Final Fantasy VII before I went, which is why I got him Crisis Core. But he played the original because like he only has a Switch. He doesn't have any other console. So he played the original Final Fantasy VII, and I think he finished it. He has 75 hours. I think he finished it. And I gave him Octopath Traveler 2, and he has played 17 hours since I left because he wasn't playing when I was there. So he played 17 hours since I left like 5 days ago. So I guess he likes it. I don't know. And I gave him Final Fantasy Crisis Core as well, which is like kind of like, I don't know if it's like completely relevant to the original Final Fantasy VII, but that's as best as he's gonna get because he can all play the remake. Because he does not have anything to play it on, which is unfortunate. Because like, why is Crisis Core available on Switch but not the remake? Because surely it's like the same engine, or maybe Crisis Core was older. I thought Crisis Core is newer. I have no idea. Maybe it's just like a smaller game. I don't know. I have no idea. Did you ever play any of the Ace Attorney games? No, I've never played. Which Crisis Core? There's a yeah, it's the remake one. Cause I can see on the cover that it's like the new guys. Like they don't look like 3 pixels. Like they're like the new one. But like I thought I'm kind of confused why like that one is available on Switch, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is not available on Switch. I feel like you and Zirconia would be super good at this. Why? It's like a lawyer game, right? I don't know much about it. It seems very anime though. The remake is a cheaper remake than the Final Fantasy remake because it's more of a remaster. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it's like able to run on the Switch. That makes sense. But if they can make The Witcher run on the Switch, I'm sure they can make Final Fantasy VII run on the Switch. It's a bit weeby, but they're super good. Ace Attorney is great and the music is good. I just don't know much about it. I just know that there's that guy and he like points. Crisis Core is a remake they made from PSP for PC, consoles, and Switch, but Final Fantasy remakes were only made for stronger hardwares only. That's discriminatory. They should make it for Switch. As a non-anime watcher, you approve Ace Attorney? I don't know, man. I don't know what I've been like. What games I'm even gonna play recently? You know, I was watching. I've been watching a lot of Shawnee Do, who's like a starter YouTuber, but he's kind of branched out. He played Papers, Please. And I was like, man, those were the days. I love Papers, Please. But he pronounced the name of the country wrong the whole time. I was like, that's great. But I kind of got used to it. And then, but I was like, I need another good indie game like that, you know? Like, Papers, Please was so good. I feel like I need something like that, you know? I feel like I'm missing out. They're re-releasing console collection on consoles. It's not just for DS, like Nintendo DS. To get weeb, how much weebier did he become? Like 0. I didn't engage in any anime. Actually, the hotel I went to. I mean, obviously there's like anime stuff around, but like, not too much. Like only like, there's sometimes like merch and shops. But it's mostly like Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemon merch. And The only anime related thing I saw was when I was staying at a hotel, they had a collab with Attack on Titan and custard, which is like a sponge cake. So they had Attack on Titan custard. But that was about it. It wasn't like the hotel was themed around it. It was just like one specific merchandise. It's like the Attack on Titan. You thought about buying Ace Attorney, so maybe Chikano was right. You would be good. Miju was in the sticks, so she's basically an outdoors woman now. I basically am, yeah. I also drove a lot in Japan. Pretty cracked at driving, I will say. Not to brag, but like I was pretty good. Spoke Japanese, so that's halfway there. That's not a requirement for weebness. My Japanese is so scuffed though, I will say. I think it just gets worse. I think I like get out of practice. It just gets worse. And then my family thinks it's so funny because like I just say like weird stuff, you know. And then my aunt will not stop speaking of when Ricky was joking about it, and I forgot. My aunt was calling everything subarashi. She was like, "Oh my god, this is subarashi," and I was like, "Stop." McDonald's Japan announced they're doing a Dragon Ball collab. I'm sure they've done that before. Yeah, I think like very popular animes are pretty common to see. Like for example, like Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Attack on Titan, One Piece. I think those are pretty common to see. But like more like niche animes, probably not. Like I mean, maybe I wouldn't recognize it, but like I didn't see any like Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, you know? Next time you go back race car time, I had a K car. I had a little blue K car. How's the experience driving there? It's okay. The worst part is like the road that my uncle and my grandparents live on is so small. Like it's so small, it can barely fit one car, and it's like two-way road, right? So like if someone else is coming the other way, you have to either reverse into like an intersection, or you have, or like not like it's not like an intersection, it's a very small road. You have to find like someone's driveway or like a small parking area, and you have to like pull over into it, but your car is like inches from like the stone wall. You know what I mean? It's like you have to pull over, and I'm like really bad because I'm like I don't want to go that close to the wall, you know? So it's like that's the worst part. But like normal roads are fine. Do your family make fun of your Japanese? Oh, constantly. Always making fun of my Japanese. Do you feel like your personality switches to some extent when switching languages? No, I don't think so. I think I'm mostly the same, but I think my voice changes. I think my voice is different. But I think that's normal. Cause like you know, the language has different intonations. K cars are hecka cute, they are. But they have like no trunk space. Remember correctly, Mossberger had a collab with Sailor Moon. That's cool. Mossberger is sick, actually. You're less of a gremlin when you speak Norwegian. Yeah, I think I'm more. Actually, I'm not even like inappropriate in English, but I think I'm just. For me, it's like when I speak Japanese, I'm just like less educated, you know, because like my vocabulary is very limited, so I can't really speak about complex topics. Like I try, but like it's kind of hard. You've been hearing about Mossburger since I was little because your homie came from Okinawa. Mossburger teriyaki burger is really good. It's superior. Let's find out. Okay. I don't think you'll hear a big difference though because it's only 1 minute. じゃあ、何したの間違えた。すいません。じゃあ、ラッチのために日本語喋ります。そのボタンを何回も、なんかボタンを何回も押したから、シーンが変わったから、本当に、ずっと日本にいたけど、あんまり日本語が良くなった気分じゃないかな。わからない。うん。そして、こんにちは。どうやって言うかななんか、誰か、なんて言うの誰か、スリムに入ってくるとき、日本語喋ってないかも。わからない。何回も1分する。でも、それは困るよ。なんて、なんていうか。 そしてなんか普通の日本語喋るのってあんまりしないから、宮崎にいる時すごくなんかなまってて、宮崎弁がすごく強くて、なんかわからない。Okay, I'm done. Should go to a Mario Kart? What do you mean? Like go-karting? Konnichiwa, what's up? Oh my god. Miju's English is worse since I returned. Is it? I don't know. It might be. A random clip of me just speak Japanese. It's over. It's too slow. Maybe I'll get a Japanese speaking clip though. We'll never know. That'd be crazy, right? There's too many clips for that.
This will be our last segment.
Okay, last segment.
take a look.
Oh, it's a Tears of the Kingdom trailer.
What is it? Come on, it's gotta be a trailer.
Is this a 2023? That's Breath of the Wild. I mean, that's Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, it is. It is.
Speak 0 language? I do. I speak like 0.75 languages. What is that? What are those flying things? Mario go-karting on
Finally,
downtown
Super Mario
Tokyo. I
City.
do not want to do that. That's like, I'm gonna get hit by a car. Mija during her React era. My React era lasted exactly
What is
1
that
Nintendo
enemy?
Direct, and it was this one.
Rise, my servants.
I feel like being a React streamer would be chill.
Sweep over Hyrule.
What am I even-
This kingdom
what is
and
this?
her allies. Leave no survivors.
I don't remember this trailer. Do you guys remember this
Speaking.
trailer? What happened?
Is Ganon speaking? Does he speak?
Oh my god, everyone flamed me for this. They're like, actually Ganondorf speaks
It
all
might
the
be
time.
immune.
No! What is this? Wait, sorry, I need to watch this too.
The team immune.
This is a
Oh no.
disaster.
Oh
This is a
no, it's my only
disaster.
strategy. Uh-oh.
What is this?
Hold on.
Where am I? Is it Hyrule Castle?
Help. Guys, regroup. Regroup.
What is happening?
I don't know what to do.
Oh my god, I was
Okay,
so
just go, just
bad
go,
at
just go.
Tears of the Kingdom. This is so embarrassing. I literally just hid and I just pressed
Go.
side on
Just fight them.
and then I just
I'll avoid. I'll
and then I just
avoid.
let
You
everyone
fight.
else fight it.
Okay.
For
You're in
me,
the middle of the street right now. Okay, okay.
um,
Be safe. Be
for
safe.
me, like Tears of the Kingdom was like Pokemon. Like I didn't do anything. But the cute hairstyle, I miss that hairstyle. I'm waiting till my hair grows long enough because I think it's still too short. It needs to be long enough for me to be able to like go like this. But I think it's too short. Look, see, it's still too short. One day, maybe in like a few months, I could do it again. I love that hairstyle. Tears of the Kingdom is the biggest Zelda bamboozle of all time. I know it was a. I think it was disappointing for many people. Like I feel like people either fell in like it was superior to Breath of the Wild, like it was everything Breath of the Wild but better, you know. But then but then a lot of people were disappointed because it's like, for me, it's like Breath of the Wild was so special, and it was really special because like Breath of the Wild was special because like it was like no one had ever done anything like that before, you know. And Tears of the Kingdom, it's like the same map. I think if Tears of the Kingdom had a different map, like if Tears of the Kingdom had a different map, I think I would have been like a lot more into it. But it was the same map. I don't know. And there was a lot of disappointments. Did you see that flicker? What was that? Is that the lights? Or was that outside? Was it lightning? Reaction of reactionception's true. Maybe one of you guys needs to clip me reacting to a clip. And then I will, one day on stream, it will play of me reacting to a clip. And then it just goes forever. I read that personality in terms of decision making can differ depending on what language you're using, but I'm guessing it has to do with being multicultural and reacting depending on what you learn from that culture. Yeah, probably. I feel like culturally, Japan is very different. But culturally, I would say I'm not very Japanese culturally. Like obviously I can like, you know, follow the cultural customs to some extent. But most of the time I'm taking with my family. Like I'm being pretty casual. And I don't really follow the like I can act polite in public, yes, but only to a certain extent. I don't there's a lot of things culturally that I just don't like. Marnie was a throwback. That's the one cosplay I still don't have because I got that jacket off like Shein or something and it smelled like garbage. Like it smelled like fish. Like I was like something's wrong with this jacket. So then I just threw it away. I was like I cannot keep this jacket. And they were like, I thought Sky Islands, I'm making most of them the same island. Yeah, the Sky Islands are so empty. And what was it called? The underground? The underground was like, it was so big, yes, but it was so like, for me, it's like, I like the landscapes and stuff of Breath of the Wild. I thought it was very nice looking, but the inside was just, it was so samey the whole time. Because of the gloom. You have not played any of those games yet? I'm jealous. You can play them for the first time. If you play Breath of the Wild for the first time, I mean, some people don't like it, but it's a great game. It's a great game. Don't you also know intermediate French? Oh no, I do not. I know like a few phrases at this point. That's about it. But my uncle likes to tell people that I'm fluent in French, which is not true at all. I can literally just say like, bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien? That's literally what all I can say. The depth, that's what they're called. I like literally could not remember what they're called. She knows French. J'aime parler français. But yeah, it's Tears of the Kingdom was a time. I recently watched a video about, speaking of Marnie, I was watching a video about the Pokemon Sword and Shield story. I was like, man, like, the Pokemon Sword and Shield story really happened. Like, so many things of it. It was like a video of rewriting it. Because, like, the story makes no sense. I'm like, how does that get released? Like, I know it's a game for kids, but, like, the story is nonsensical. I kind of want to go back and, like, see my first reactions of it. Because, like, I streamed that first time. I'm sure I was saying the same thing, like, cause like, I'm sure I was very confused about what was going on, cause like, by the end, like, there's so many problems with that story, like, it just makes no sense. That was a fun video. I'm sure a lot of people have done it, but like, it's the Pokemon was I love Pokemon Sword and Shield. Don't get me wrong. I love the gameplay, but the story is not it. Like, I like some of the characters. You guys know, obviously, I love Leon. Put your tag away, Leon. I should just cut that off. But the actual like story relating to like the Darkest Day and stuff like that was like actual like it seemed like they like wrote the story and then they like removed some stuff and then the story didn't make sense anymore. Like it wasn't even a logically coherent story. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a bare minimum. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, Rose was like, oh, there's going to be an energy crisis in 1,000 years. Here's the main issues with the story. Rose said there's going to be an energy crisis in 1,000 years, right? It's like, okay, like, that's a problem. We need to fix that, right? Or did he say 10,000? I don't even know. It was like 1,000 or 10,000, okay? It was a very long time away. And then he told Leon about this crisis, and Leon's like, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's not good. And then Rose is like, we need to stop it now. And then Leon's like, the championship final is tomorrow. Can we do it after? And Rose is like, no, we can't do it after. And I was like, why? Like, literally, why? There's no reason you could do it. You can wait one day. Like, I know it's a problem. Like, I don't mean to be like, oh, like, you know, climate change is not a problem. It is, but like one day, that's why the whole plot develops. Because Rose is like, he sabotages the championship final because he wants to stop the Darkest Day. I'm like, or, you know, he brings about the Darkest Day because of that. And I'm like, what? Just wait one day. Like, Leon was gonna help you. Just wait one day. Like, it was so stupid. And then we find that out because we're supposed to meet Leon for dinner, right? And then we're like, oh, like, Leon's late for dinner. That's unusual, you know? And then like, we go outside and then someone is like, oh, he's in a meeting. Sorry, it's running late. And then we're like, he's in a meeting? Time to storm the tower. Like, he's in trouble. We gotta storm the tower. Because he's in a meeting with the chairman who has not been confirmed to be, like, obviously we know he's gonna be evil in the future, but like, at this point, he's just his boss. Like, he's just in a meeting with his boss, right? And then like, we're like, oh, time to storm the tower. We go up the tower. We fight every employee in the tower. And I'm like, why? Like, literally, why? Like, all they said was that he's in a meeting. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are we storming the tower? It's like, it's so weird. It makes no sense. The DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield are cool Pokemon. I love Gen 8 Pokemon. But I like the actual Pokemon themselves, but the story, man, was such a disaster. I mean, that game had a lot of problems, but like I still enjoy the game. For bad story, go watch Madam Web. I'm okay. Zapdos is a turkey in that game, not cool. That's true. They 100% outsource all the writing to some designers who had never written or read a story before. Maybe they just fired all the writers. They just fired all the writers and they're like, they just got the game developers to write the story and then they all wrote separate parts of the story and then put them together and they're like, oh, this doesn't really work together. But they're like, that's fine. They rewrote stuff, maybe with the energy crisis real soon, but they thought it'd be too scary for kids, so they added in 1,000 years or something. Apparently in the anime, they changed it to 100 years. But that still like doesn't make sense because you could still wait one day, you know? If it was like 1 year, then I could see like, oh, like that's, you can't wait one day, like that, we should fix that now. In Donkey Kong 64, they gave Donkey Kong guns and Shigeru was like, maybe let's change them to coconut guns. I mean, that's valid. It gets worse when you add Shield Bird and Sword Word. Oh my god. They're so weird. Like a school project. Honestly, it was kind of on that level. Madame Web's story was okay for me. Still not as bad as Daredevil? I've never heard anyone, like the show Daredevil? I've never heard anyone compare those two things. Because I feel like Madame Web was considered to be very bad in general. Unless there's another Daredevil media that I'm not aware of. Because I know they're like doing more with them. They're going to make like movies and stuff. Like they have like their own like plan, you know, with those guys. But I'm not sure what they're planning to do. I also have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the first BRB since I'm back. Yeah, I'm sure you guys missed Mallow Mart just as much as you missed me. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed the Mallow Mart. Also, I think my music stopped again. Why are they doing that? I feel like there must be a way to turn that off, you know? Like, can they just tell me, like if I just want to leave something playing, like, can they just leave it playing? Like, I don't know why they have to keep asking me if I'm still watching. One time's over. Back to listening to this woman. Yeah, it is time. Look, I haven't, spoken a lot of English in a while. I'm just de-rusting. Okay. I feel like my Japanese is like my English is here to stay. And my Japanese is just going down. I just sound weird. But I mean, I always sound weird in Japanese. But like, I feel like it's reaching new levels. When aliens take over, they'll unearth this composition and realize how advanced they really were. This song and Lonely Rolling Star from Katamari. Iconic, honestly. Maybe you're just weird. Maybe I'm just weird. That'll be fine actually. Not Perfect Night, but I meant Mallow Mart and Lonely Rolling Star. And Bubblegum KK? Of course. Do you feel jet lag? Not anymore. I'm good now. As a non-Japanese speaker, can confirm you sound weird. Oh, it's okay. Actually, when I'm in Japan, my accent is very convinced. Like, or my accent is like native, right? So I was at my grandma's like nursing home, and we were leaving, and she kept stopping people and being like, "Oh, this is my granddaughter. She's from Canada." And then they were like, "Oh, like, are you on like are you like an exchange student?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. I was like, oh, you thought I was Japanese? I was born there, So I was like, I'm very convincing. People don't know. I'm not Japanese. And then they speak to me for like 5 minutes, and then they're like, why is this person so weird? And then I have to say, like, if I speak to someone for an extended period of time, I have to tell them that I'm from Canada, because like otherwise they're just gonna think I'm weird, That's the play, Otherwise, because I can't really do like polite talk for like a long time, Like I can do polite talk for like a few minutes, but then any longer than that, I'm like I have to tell you that I'm from Canada, because like otherwise you're gonna say something I don't understand, and I'm gonna sound like a really stupid person. Like either you'll think I'm stupid or you'll think I'm weird, and like I don't really want either of those things, Lonely Rolling Star, fun beat map, and all the Sabering Blocks game. I haven't played Beat Saber in so long. Maybe it's time to boot it up again. Imagine if you had a French accent this whole time, but you just couldn't hear it. That'd be pretty funny. Because my coworker that I speak to the most is French, and I feel like she would have said something. It's honestly so fucking cute. Yeah, my grandparents like too. This is like, but then sometimes they make up stuff about me, Like they're like, oh, like, my grandma likes to flex me, but my grandpa pretty much only talks about my future marriage. Like I'm like I mean I get like I get it. Like he's just excited for me, but like at some point I'm like, at some point like I was like, I keep telling him. I tell him I think he just forgets, because he's like old. Because I told him multiple times. I was like, grandpa, like there's more to my life than just getting married. Like I have a great job. Like I'm doing well in life. Like even if I don't get married, And he's like, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. And then and then the next day he's asking me about getting married again. So it's like, bro, like I just told you, so I just gave up. You get a broken watch and I get to parade you to all my friends. apparently. Yeah, the watch is so broken. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I might repair it because it's a cute watch. I don't know. But I feel like the repair cost, if it's like $300 or something to repair it, the watch is not that expensive these days. Like the watch is maybe like worth like maybe 300, 400, maybe 500 in very good condition, but it's not for that watch. So it's like is it worth it? I don't know. But it's very cute. It's very vintage. People think I'm weird too after I talk to them. I think it's a different problem. You convinced the streamer I started watching to stream it, but she didn't have any modded songs. You need to tell her. It's so boring without the modded songs. Like the base game songs are like so weird. Unless she bought some of the packs, but like the packs are not worth it. They're so expensive for like nothing. Future marriage with non-dyed hair. That's true. Actually, my grandpa doesn't mind if I have dyed hair, as long as it's like acceptable to him, you know, like like if it's like a little bit of pink, he's like, oh, that's cute. But like if it's white, he's like, no, like why would you do that? I have to do some errands now. Have a good day and night. Good luck with your errands and have a good day and night too. It's very fetch. It is. It's pretty cute. I might keep it around, but we'll see. I might just take it to the watch repair place and ask how much it costs. Because the watch repair place in Japan said it would cost $250, which is not that bad. But like, I don't know what they would charge here. They're probably going to charge more here. And that guy said it would take a month, which I guess I'm not really in a rush to have the watch, so I guess it's fine. Good to go. Okay. Take care, Lisa. Thanks for stopping by. Dye it blonde. I'm done with blonde. My hair has been through enough. Like, my hair has suffered enough. I think I should not dye it blonde. Like, I think my hair is on its way to recovery, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna let it be. But yeah, and everyone I talk to in Japan thinks I'm just a normal Japanese person, you know? So that's great. But it's that goes to show my skills. But when I speak to my family, I always say weird stuff. So I can't remember all the weird stuff I said this time. I can't remember what was the running joke for me. They always had like weird running jokes with the weird things I say. I can't remember now. And we always have like fun sing-alongs in the car. My uncle sings like random songs. It's really funny. And my aunt, for some reason, forgot that I knew how to sing. You know what I mean? And then so she was like making me sing songs that she was like recording all on her phone, and she made me sing like 6 songs and like recorded them all on her phone, and then she sent them to like everyone she knows. Like she sent them to like her coworkers. Like I'm just sitting there in my pajamas singing a song, and she sent it to like all her cousins, and she sent it to her coworkers that I don't even know. And then her coworker gave me like my aunt. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. My aunt made this cinnamon roll, right? I posted on Discord. It's very, very cute. But she also made me I have it. She also made me like all these hair clips, which are very, very cute, including Gudetama here. But then like the coworker that like she's been crocheting with her coworkers, and she sent them a video of me singing, and then the coworker gave me this hair clip as well. So I don't even know this woman, but apparently she was she wanted to give me something. Dyed the fire arc on hair. Like you mean set my hair on fire? All white hair would be real cool. It could be a mini Sephiroth. I'm saying if you want me to have white hair, you try yourself and then go in the shower, touch your hair, and feel that it feels like dead grass, and then tell me that it's fun to do, okay? I don't want dead grass hair anymore, okay? The fish unalive. Oh yeah, they kept bringing that one up when we went out. Every time we go out to eat, like we go out to eat like fish or sashimi or something, they're like my aunt and my cousin were just like, oh, like we need that freshly slaughtered fish. Am I right? And I was like, okay. But I still stand by that. But apparently the waves were too high, and we could not have the freshly slaughtered fish. It was just normal slaughtered fish, apparently. I was like, that's too bad. White hair might be around the corner for me. Yeah, may as well just wait for the natural white hair to come in. That's why my grandpa doesn't like the white hair. He's like, just wait. Like, you'll have white hair soon enough. Like, why are you paying for it? So maybe he's just frugal, you know. He doesn't really care about like if my hair is dyed or whatever. He just cares about me saving money, you know. But that's my experience with my grandparents. I also learned how to sing Japanese traditional songs, which is like it's like a very different way of singing. But then my grandma really loves it, so I showed my grandma and she liked it. But my aunt thinks it's so funny. She's like, because I'm just like a foreigner basically, and I'm like singing this like traditional music. She thinks it's very entertaining, and she thinks it's more funny that I'm good at it. You know what I mean? Like if I was like only okay, it's like fine. But like I think it's funnier because I'm like I practice it a lot, and I was like copying the traditional singer, and I was like, okay, she sings like this, and I was like, it was kind of hard, but I was like practicing over and over, and I got it. But it was great. Imagine having hair. I don't have to imagine. It's here. Maybe Sephiroth is a senior citizen and we don't even know. He could be. He could be. But then like, yeah, maybe he's like 70. You know, we gotta cut. Maybe we gotta cut him some slack. I don't know what he does, but I think he's an evil guy. But like, maybe we just gotta cut him some slack. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy VII. I showed my uncle my Tifa cosplay too, and he was like, "Who's Tifa?" And I was like, "You remember Tifa?" And I showed him the picture, and he was like, "Oh, that's Tifa." He remembered, but he didn't really have a strong comment on it. He was like, "That's cool," and I was like, "Thanks." And that's all I got. You know, I didn't get a strong reaction, but my aunt liked it. She was like, "Oh, that's pretty," and she wanted the picture. My uncle didn't care that much. He's not the complimenting out loud type of person. He's a silver fox. He is. That's good though. Youngo's a Barrett stan, I bet. I don't know. Wasn't Barrett like very different in the original? Like he didn't have much of a story in the original? So maybe he's not. I don't know who his favorite character is. And maybe he skipped all the story. I don't know. You still don't know who Tifa is? She's just a character from Final Fantasy VII. Did she send the pictures to all her coworkers? I don't think so. Actually, she might have sent it to a few people. I don't know what she did with the photo. I don't know why she asked for it. But yeah, she was very intent on sending it to everyone. But also when we went on our vacation, my aunt is the type of person to forget things everywhere. And we were like 40 minutes into a road trip, and she was like, "Oh, I forgot my phone." And we were like, "You forgot your phone?" And she was like, "Yeah, I forgot my phone at home." But at that point, she was like, "You know what? We don't have to go back. It's fine." So then she ended up living that 4 days without her phone. But she was fine. It was like if I forgot my phone, I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I'm on the bus back." Like I can't do that. Play a JRPG but skip all the dialogue? He might, I don't know. Some people really don't care about the story. I feel like I would skip some dialogue. Like as a Genshin player, I would skip some dialogue. Like I feel like JRPGs have very long story. Like I gotta skip some of it. You went to the store for toothpaste and you're really in love with that toothpaste? I mean, at least toothpaste is easily acquirable. It's not like your phone. And then on one of the hotels, we stayed at 3 different hotels because it was like a road trip right along the way. And on the second hotel, it was like a guest house kind of thing. And we had like a physical key, right? And we checked out of the hotel. We went back to Nagasaki. We were hanging out in Nagasaki. And we were waiting for the bus. And then she was like, "Oh, I forgot something again." We're like, "What is it?" And she's like, "I still have the key from the hotel." We're like, "Oh my god, like you still have the key from the hotel. Like we had to return that, you know?" But luckily it wasn't too far away. But and we called the hotel and they're like, "Oh, it's fine. You can return it till like 4 p.m." And we're like, "Okay, it's fine." But that was the extent of my aunt forgetting stuff. She's the type to forget. Like she forgets her phone like everywhere. But like it's Japan. Like obviously there's still like theft in Japan, but a lot of times in Japan, like people like at like if you go to like a coffee shop, people will like put their laptop at the table to like reserve the table and then like walk away. Like that's just how things are in Japan. I almost lost my phone in Japan. Like when I went by myself, I left. I was like typing out the address. I was shipping something, and I was typing out the address, and I left it at the courier counter. It wasn't even like in front of the employee. It was like off to the side, like no one was there. And then I left it there. I paid for the thing. I had left it there the whole time. It was like 5 minutes. I left my phone. I walked off, and I realized I didn't have my phone. I ran back. It was still there. No one had touched it. Like I was like, if this was Canada, it would have been gone in the first minute. Like literally, as soon as I had left and gone to pay for the courier, it would have been gone. But in Japan, it's obviously like don't leave your stuff unattended anyway. Like it still might get stolen, but it's just a lot less likely. Skip it in P5 and the game turns into a cringe dating sim with burger challenges. I'm not a huge fan of the P5 story in the first place though. Like I don't know. Like I think like I don't know. My uncle does like anime and stuff, so maybe the story is more up his alley. But not P5 because he said he doesn't like it. But like a lot of like JRPG stories are like sometimes like I'm not as experienced with anime, you know, so like I can't handle all the anime stuff. But I do like the characters. I think it just depends on the part of the story. I'd probably skip some of them. But like to be fair, it's very long. Like it's like the story's like 80 hours. It's really long. You leave your laptop unattended in the USA, it's gone within a minute. Oh, absolutely. Here too. Like it would be like if I left my laptop unattended at like a coffee shop, it would be gone. Like it would be, like people's bikes are getting stolen when they're locked on, you know? Like it's ridiculous. They've been riding up P5 for far too long. They're turning into Rockstar games. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't like it. I thought they just released another game. It's like Mephisto or something. I think that's the Marvel villain from Spider-Man, but it's called something like that, right? Or they're a different game. North Americans have no respect for stuff. I mean, I don't know if that's a general statement I can stand behind. I just think there's more petty thieves. And there's like less enforcement for the petty thievery. I think a laptop would last a while here, actually. I mean, I think it depends where you put it. Like, okay, for me, it's like an airport. Like, an airport, it would 100% be stolen. It wasn't even like through security. It was like in the main area of the airport. I think an airport would be stolen for really fast. But like maybe in like a university or something like that, or like maybe it would be fine. But in a normal coffee shop, I don't know. I think it depends on the area, but I wouldn't count on it still being there. Like if I was like completely gone, like I didn't just like get up to like get my drink or something. Like it was like if I was just gone. Because like I was at the mall with my mom and we were at the food court and the table next to us, they left all their stuff there for like 20 minutes. Like they were nowhere in sight. Like I don't know where they were. They had food on the table too. And I was like, it's going cold. Like, what are you doing? They were gone for like 20 minutes. And I was like, I would not leave all my stuff at the table for 20 minutes. Like it was like that's a whole other level. But to be fair, my mom is from like a smaller, like my mom's hometown is a bit of a smaller town, but still, I'm like, that would not last here. The game is even too weeby for you? Oh god. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine that level of weebery. Like I that's not even comprehensible to me. I'll avoid that game at all costs. You don't leave your stuff for a minute. I don't either. But I think, I don't know. I wouldn't leave my stuff in Japan either. Like, I would think I would be quite worried about that. But the one time I did by accident, it was fine. Or, like, my aunt leaves her bag or, like, leaves her phone and stuff, like, all sorts of places. Usually, like, restaurants. And it's always there when she goes back for it. And welcome in, Jack. It's, I still wouldn't though, because I feel like I'm so conditioned to be like, it's gonna be stolen. Like and like even then, like even then, like, even if there's like one thief, right? Like in the vicinity, like, cause like even if you leave your stuff, like obviously like it's less likely to be stolen in Japan. Doesn't mean it's like not likely at all, you know? Especially in big cities, like in big cities, like there's lots of like pocket, what are they called? Pickpockets. So like there's definitely thieves. Like when's the black or white Procon badges? I need to get new emotes and new badges made. One day, one day. Everyone in Japan just knows your aunt forgets her things? Possibly. It's common knowledge. You have good news? Arturs is playing today? No way. Go Arturs. I hope he does well. He did really badly last time he played, and then he didn't play again for a while. Go Canucks. Of course. I guess the Canucks game is going to be on when I'm at my mom's house. Is it at 7? I guess I'll watch with my mom. She's going to want to watch it. If it's Arturs, I might watch a bit. But I might play on my phone. It's against Connor. Connor Bedard? Hometown hero, Connor Bedard? It's almost been 3 weeks without hockey. She's been having withdrawals. Apparently. She must have watched this week. I don't know. Hometown hero, Connor Bedard. No way. Connor Bedard's so famous here. I went to the supermarket and he was like, not him, but there was like a picture of him there. I was like, it was like Connor Bedard approves like supermarket. I was like, what? I guess he's like like an ad for it or something. But I think my mom has been following along. I saw her checking some hockey scores while we were out and about. Like she was like looking up the Canucks scores. But I think it's because a friend of hers went to watch the game, and he had like really good seats like behind the bench, so like you could see him on TV. Well, Luca watched the game too. I mean, he's blind, but he'll listen. He can't see the game, but he'll participate, I'm sure. He'll be happy that everyone's sitting on the couch and he can be pet. That's about his level of participant. I feel like a jerk. Will he watch the game? Oh, he can't see. It's okay. He doesn't mind. Wait, Luca's very happy now because my mom is home. My brother was like struggling because like he wanted to play, like my brother, you guys know my brother's a gamer, right? He wanted to play video games in his room upstairs, but like from my experience, like you guys know I would stream upstairs, right? In my brother's room, and like Luca can last like 2 hours before he's like, I hate it here. Let's go back downstairs. Like I don't like being here, you know, like sit on the couch with me, like stop. So he lasts about 2 hours before and that's right after a walk. Like if I don't walk him beforehand, it's like not even that. So my brother had to like just hang out downstairs and like he couldn't be on his PC. He can hear the game. He knows what's going on. And he can hear everyone in my house cheering whenever the Canucks score. It's weird to me that players rarely play for the hometown teams in the USA. Yeah, they never do. Like, cause it was just like Connor Bedard was like the first draft. Like he was like the first pick on the draft. So the weaker teams get first pick, and he was always going to be picked first because he was really good. But yeah, it's like a draft for like everyone. So it's not, I don't think it's they don't get a choice. They don't often play for their hometown. He should have moved in downstairs. Moving all his PC downstairs, that's rough. His new PC is like really big. Also, his PC is like broken, by the way. It's like something happened to it, and now it blue screens all the time, and he doesn't know how to fix it. I don't know I don't know if he fixed it, but for like months it was like not working. So there goes his track record of PC building. He built mine. He built his first one. He built his friends. No problems at all. His second PC, not working. He got new RAM. He got he reinstalled his like operating system. He did like a clean install and it still doesn't work. All the Canadian players on US teams. Yeah, I think it's just like because it's like so it's like everyone's pooled together. Like I think he didn't like no one gets a choice. The draft is so alien to EU people because you guys have no franchises and no promotion relegation. I don't even know what that means. Franchises. Your brother's PC is broken. Time for you to build a new one. Mine's still going strong. It's doing great. Promotion and oh sorry, I just read that. Tell him to flash the BIOS. I think he did a bunch of stuff in the BIOS already, so I don't know what's wrong. I'm sure he tried everything. The PC case I want came back in stock, so I ordered one. Oh, it's sitting on your dining table, still flat pack because you're lazy. Does that mean you're transferring everything from your current case to your new case? That's annoying. I think I could use your brother's advice when I upgrade my GPU eventually. I don't know. His PC's broken, so I don't know if you want that advice. Gonna build a new PC, hopefully soon. Is yours really old? At the same time, you found someone selling Harvest Moon SNES for hundreds of dollars. Oh no. I mean, surely it's cheaper than a new PC. I'm ordering some new case fans and a CPU cooler before you transfer it. Also keeping your eyes open for Black Friday deals for potential upgrades. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm like very uninterested in like doing anything to my computer until like it stops working. Or like if I'm like playing a game and I'm like, man, it doesn't work for this game, you know? But I feel like it does everything I needed to do. Like I don't know what I would need to do on my PC that I can't do currently. Like right now I have a 2060, I think, and it's like totally fine. My PC is like 3 years old now, I think. Almost 3 years old. Your PC just a mishmash of parts over like at least a decade, so it'd be nice to get a fresh new build and maybe activate Windows. Finally, you can activate Windows. Why won't that go away? But I guess yeah, if something's like bottlenecking you, you may as well just if it's that old, if it's like a decade, like you may as well get a new one. Your 1050 Ti still going strong? I mean, if it works, it works, you know? Like, for me, it's like, I'm not like, obviously, like, a lot of people have, like, an interest in building PCs, and, like, they have an interest in technology, to, like, want to keep upgrading. But for me, it's like, I don't know, like, if it works, I'm just gonna keep it. Like, I don't have a problem with it, you know? I'm like that with, like, all technology, pretty much. Like, I don't upgrade it just for the fun of upgrading it. Like, I'm just like, if it no longer fulfills the needs I have for that device, like, then I'll upgrade it. Like, I don't buy, like, I'm not gonna buy the new Nintendo Switch just because I think it's better. Like, I'm just gonna buy it if it's like, oh, I need to be able to play the games I want to play, you know? Like $20 for a key. I think, well, he has Windows. That's the thing. You're the 3060 Ti. It's pretty good, but you wish it was quieter. We can't really upgrade, or are they already on the 40 somethings? Can you upgrade already? My PC is pretty quiet. I don't really hear it much. Is it doing stuff? I don't know. Yeah, it's spinning around. I don't know. I can't play CS2 or League with your 1050 Ti. I'll upgrade. That's like never. I feel like everything can run League. I don't know about CS2. You're a nerd. You just like PC parts? I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like either you're interested... Like, for some people, they feel that way about clothes, you know? Like, they're like, oh, if my clothes don't have holes in them and, like, I have the clothes I need for, like, my daily life, like, I don't mind. But, like, for me, it's like, oh, I buy clothes because I like them, you know? I like having, like, new clothes and I like buying them, you know? So I think it's just like, it just depends what you care about, you know? Some people are like, if my kitchen appliances work, this, so, but then like some people are like, oh, like I like experimenting with new kitchen stuff. I don't know. Everyone has their thing. Yeah, and unfortunately, some of these habits are more expensive than others. And some people who like technology and cars, it's a very expensive habit. Your Windows is legit, but when you change the motherboard, you have to reactivate Windows. It shows you Windows link is from university, and the key was in my student email, which I don't have. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I think my Windows is student Windows as well. Because when something came up on my computer, I think it was like SMAPI or something, and it was like Windows 10 University Edition. I was like, I guess I just have my university one. I'm not sure. Maybe my brother just got me Windows. I remember he came by with like a flash drive and he was like, here you go. I'm installing it. I was like, okay. So I don't know where he got it. Then I eat with clothes, you spend $600 on Crave Bot merch a year so I can wear shirts. That's not that bad though. I mean, just on merch, that's kind of a lot. I don't know how much stuff you're gonna like, but those photo cards and stuff are expensive, I'm sure. But it could be worse. It could be worse because like $600 would be like one computer part. You know what I mean? So like some habits are just cheaper than others. You have your Windows activation key in your notes app on your phone just in case. Yeah, I don't even know like how that works. So I'm just gonna deal with that when it happens. I don't know. You get cars, clothes, and PC parts all the time. Yeah, this Chicano has expensive interests. For me, it's just like clothes, but not even that much. I don't even buy clothes that much. What do I spend money on? I don't even know. Luckily, yeah, I feel like not being interested in technology is definitely a benefit. You know what I mean? Because like I'm like I can keep my same phone for like 10 years. I don't care as long as it works. It works. And like I still kind of regret buying the PS5. Like I really like if they were like, oh, they have plans to release like at least one more Naughty Dog game or something, or like one more God of War or something, then like fair enough. But like they're like, oh, we're gonna move on to the next generation, and I'm like, what a waste. I think that was a waste of money. It was way too expensive. At least you're not into Warhammer. That's true. There's a lot of expensive hobbies. At least I'm not wailing on the gacha games, you know? I'm spending a reasonable amount on gacha games. Even getting better at it though. You've been quite frugal all year. You can't lie. Let's go. Following in my uncle's shoes. You're gonna soon be listening to my stream on your $3 headphones, on your Daiso headphones. You wanna do a hard one, like Metapod? What is a hard Pokemon? Even play your PS5? No. I think it was such a waste of money. I really believe that like I was like I got it to play like I played The Last of Us. I played God of War and I thought it was great. It was a great experience on the PS5. Don't get me wrong. But I think I would have been just as happy playing on the PS4. You know, I was really counting on like new games coming out for it. And there was not much. There really wasn't much. Cause I don't really care that much about graphics. Like I think like when games look really pretty, like that's great. But is it like $800 worth of value? No, not at all. How many PS5 Pros did you get? No, that Chicano was like that with Switches. He kept selling his Switch and buying more. And I'm like, just keep the one you have. Like, isn't it such a hassle to sell the Switch and just get a new one? Just keep it. Like, what are you gaining, you know? You don't mind having a home console again, but it's not a top priority for me until P6 or GTA 6. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it right now. There's nothing you can't get on PC, you know? You want the Pokeball here? Well, what Pokemon do you want? I won't say it out loud. At least you didn't wail for Shunyan and Gloran and then drop the game right after. Yeah, I'm very conscious of that. Because, like, I know, like, obviously, like, on one hand, I'm like, I don't mind spending on Genshin because, like, I'm playing it a lot. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment on it. But on the other hand, I know that eventually I'm going to stop playing Genshin. And all that money is, like, all that money is gone. Like, the minute I stop playing Genshin, that money is worthless to me, right? Like, the stuff I got in the game is worthless. So I should only spend the money that I'm, like, gonna get the enjoyment of it now. Switch 2 is gonna be backwards compatible? I think so. I don't know what a Switch 2 would provide, unless it was like a different, they released a different type of console. But I don't know how they could improve on the Switch. Because I think the Switch is pretty solid. Because like, I just think like the flexibility of the Switch is like really what sells it for me. My Switch for Pokemon Eevee sold it after, got a second one for Smash Bros and sold it. Now you have one. Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, just keep it. Like, I understand that you thought at the time that you weren't gonna play it ever again, but like, you don't gain much from selling a Switch. It's not like a PS5, you know? And welcome in Protagonist. You pray that Kingdom Hearts 4 comes on PC, so I don't need to buy a PS5. I know, PS5s are so overpriced. But yeah, I feel like a lot of things are coming to PC, except for a while. You have to like wait for a while to get on PC, so I don't know. I'm gonna get Switch 2 and then offload my Switch onto my sister and her kids. I mean, I think that's a good cause, honestly. And welcome in, Harry. Hope you've been well. It's just a Switch, but a huge spec bump. But do I really care about that? Like, what game would even like utilize that? I don't know. The second one because I didn't want to go to work the next day. That's a good cause. Switch 2 better be backwards compatible. They confirmed. Oh, they confirmed it. Okay, that's great. Great. Yeah, I don't play my Switch very much, but I'm not going to like sell it because like I might play it again. Like I don't know. I don't really like, gain much from selling. Like how much could you really sell a Switch for now? Like $200? Like it's probably not worth. Especially if you have to buy one again. Playing Breath of the Wild at actual 60 FPS though? I think Breath of the Wild FPS is fine. I don't know. Tears of the Kingdom, no. But Breath of the Wild, fine. I don't have a problem with it. I would say a ton of games that benefit a performance boost so that it runs better. But like, I wouldn't buy a whole console just for a performance boost, personally. Like, I would buy it for like if it had like some new feature that I would utilize or new games. Like if it was like the game is not playable on Switch, or if it's like just significantly better on the new Switch, then like that's fine. I only mind performance if it's like kind of making me dizzy. Like if it's making me like kind of sick to play, like then I mind. I assume they also release new games for Switch too. Yeah. I mean, new games for me, consoles are really just for the games. Like for me, consoles are just for the games. If there's no value of new games, then I don't care. Like for me, the value of the console is like the games I can play on it. 2 FPS birds in Scarlet and Violet. I don't think that was a hardware problem. I think that was a them problem. Even Echoes of Wisdom is lagging. That's not good. But for me, I don't mind if it's lagging as long as it's not disruptive to my gameplay. Like I don't mind if it's like 30 FPS. As long as it's like fairly consistent. For me, it's like if it's affecting for example, like Scarlet Violet, it definitely affected the experience. But I don't think that was the hardware's fault. I don't think it was just the Switch was not powerful enough to keep up with their amazing Scarlet and Violet engine. I think that was just them. The Xenoblade games would be happy. I'm playing Bayonetta 3. Yeah, I guess I don't really play games like that. I just play like, yeah, I mostly play like first party games or like, a lot of games don't really require that. But yeah, I could totally see that. Like Xenoblade, Age of Calamity, 100%. Okay. Maestro said a hard Pokemon. I mean, Metapod is the one that has like Harden, right? Should we do Metapod? Or should we do like Cloyster? Cloyster seems pretty hard. Or like Golem is like literally a rock. I don't know. These are all, yeah, Golem. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I mean, a lot of these are, you know, like I feel like a lot of these seem like there's a lot of Pokemon that are rocks, like like Geodude. How about we do let's do Graveler, because I feel like we've done Golem. Let's do Graveler. Does this game still work? Onyx, that's true. Onyx is very hard.
Hello, trainer.
It does still work.
Ready for your Pokemon journey? I can read your mind.
It's very dusty.
Which Pokemon you're thinking of. Just have to picture it in your mind and answer my question. I can guess which Pokemon
Okay.
it will be added to your electronic collection. Think very hard of the Pokemon you want me to guess. Say okay when you're ready.
Okay.
Great! I'm going to ask you a few questions. Answer yes, no, or I don't know. You can also say it depends.
Got it.
Does it have legs?
Yes.
I see. Does your Pokemon have a beak?
No.
Aha! Is it mainly brown?
No. It's gray.
Okay. Does it have a tail?
No.
That's what I thought. Can your Pokemon evolve into another Pokemon?
Yes.
Interesting.
It hurt my ears.
Is your Pokemon a dual type?
Yes. So
I
loud.
see. Is it a grass type?
No.
Aha! Did your Pokemon evolve from another Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay. Can your Pokemon often be found inside of a cave?
Yes. Probably.
That's what I thought. Does your Pokemon have wings?
No.
Interesting. I think I found it.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken, you were thinking of Graveler.
How to
Am
know?
I right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it have
I said yes. Oh my! It never understands when I say yes at the end. I don't know why. Like the normal question and answer, like voice recognition, is very accurate. But then, like as soon as it asks for final confirmation, it's not accurate anymore. Like I don't get why. I even waited till it was done. Like I know you guys are like, oh, you don't wait till it's done, and before you say yes. I waited till it was done, and it was not. It was not yes. Yes? Do I still have my lisp? I don't even have my retainer, and I can't even blame my retainer. But maybe maybe my teeth moved, and I just have a lisp now. Were we doing Metapod? No, I think we've already done Metapod. I don't know how many Pokemon we have in our Pokedex. We might have less than we thought because it never understands when it gets it right. I end up doing Graveler. I might be listening. I don't know how I narrowed it down. I guess in a cave, second stage evolution, that's probably not a lot of Pokemon, you know? And it's a dual type. So that probably narrowed it down somehow. Do you guys ever play that, like, you know, there's that, like, what is it called? I think it's called, like, Pokédoll or, like, Pokemon Doll. It's like that one where, like, you say a Pokemon, or, like, you guess a Pokemon, and then it tells you like which aspects are correct. Like it'll be like, oh, the type is right, or like it's a little bit taller, it's a little bit shorter, or it'll be like, and then you have to guess based on what's right and wrong about it. Zubat, Crobat came out way later. Yeah, I don't think he's on here because this is just Gen 1. But the fairy type is in here for if you're a Pokemon nerd, for your information. Fairy types are included. But the only Gen 1 Pokemons are there, but we're pretending that like fairy type existed the whole time. As a non Pokemon expert. That's what I can tell you. I think I'm not used to talking a long time. I feel like my throat is not okay with this. But I think it's fine. I don't know how I do it after. I think maybe it also because like sometimes the air is very dry. Like I think I need to like bust out the humidifier again, but like I feel like it's really dirty. I need to clean it with the vinegar, of course. Like you clean everything in life with vinegar. So I will do that. And I will have the humidifier ready for tomorrow, probably. What else have I been up to? I mean, like, not much. Like, I literally, I came home from my mom's house with so much luggage. Like, I don't even know how I had so much luggage. I had one big suitcase, like a non-carry-on size suitcase, and then I had a carry-on size suitcase, and then I had like a duffel bag that I brought to my mom's house that I didn't bring to Japan, and then I had my backpack. I was like, why do I have so much stuff? Like, how could we have brought all this stuff back? Like, I don't understand what happened. Maybe I just like, obviously, like, I didn't pack it very well because I was just coming from my mom's house, but like, I was like, I don't have so much stuff. I don't get it. And then like, when we came back, because we were flying with the budget airline, we only got one suitcase each. Like, normally we get, for normal airlines, you get like 2 suitcases each. We usually bring like at least 3 suitcases. But this time, like, we could only have 1 suitcase each, and then like the limit for the domestic flight was 20 kilograms, and we literally went with like 19.9 kilograms and 19.8 kilogram suitcases. And then like my mom even made me put some stuff in my backpack because like she was like, it's 500 grams too heavy. Can you take out your makeup? And I was like, okay, fine. But I had to carry 500 grams on my back, you know? Spirit Airlines? No, it's called Zip Air. I don't think we have Spirit Airlines in Canada. And I don't know if they go to Japan. But yeah, it's called Zip Air, and it's like the what am I trying to say? It's the budget airline version of Japan Airlines. So they mainly fly between Japan and like the west coast of NA and also Hawaii, I think. So yeah, it was okay. Like they don't have like the screens on the back of the seats, but like it was actually kind of fine because they have free Wi-Fi. You can't stream stuff on it, but like they have free Wi-Fi, and they have like a little like tablet stand, so you could like put your phone on there and just like watch stuff on your phone, which is actually fine for me because I actually don't watch. I don't usually use like the built-in in-flight entertainment because like I'm like I just want to watch my own stuff, so I always just download stuff to my phone, right, on like Netflix or whatever. So like it was actually fine for me. I don't usually use that screen anyway. Maybe for like the flight map, but like that's pretty much it. But they don't give you food. So like on the way there, they gave like we ordered meals each way, but on the way there, I ate the meal and it was so gross. So I was like, and it made me feel so gross like when I ate it. So on the way back, I didn't eat any other food. And I bought a bunch of stuff from Japan, and I brought like a bunch of like onigiri and like just snacks and stuff like that. I just ate that because I was like, I'm not eating your weird food. I was like, that's the only thing. But I don't really like airplane food anyway, so maybe it's fine that they don't give you food and you could just bring your own food. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know about you guys, but like airplane food always makes me feel gross. Like I don't know if it's like the quality of the airplane food and it's like too salty or something like that, but like, or if it's just like being up in the air. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like being like flying just makes you feel very like bloated and gross because like I think it's just like I think it's just because of like the air pressure or whatever. But so then I feel like I never want to eat the airplane food. It just makes me feel worse. Maybe it's fine. I could just eat like my own food. Gotta go assist. Okay. See you later. Ratsi, enjoy the chores. Hawaii would be nice to visit one day. Yeah, it's never been on my list, but I'm sure it would be nice. I just feel like recently it's been like very crowded, no? But there's a lot of Japanese people there. So I guess that would be fun. It's been so long since we've been on a long haul flight. I don't even remember airplane food. When's the last time I went on a long haul flight? I feel like everywhere I go from here is like long haul. You know? The only place I can go that's like not long haul is like maybe like Seattle, but like who would fly to Seattle from here, you know? That's like a connection. I guess you could fly to like Alberta. The whole flying experience is not fun at all for me. I feel like when I was really young, I had a really tough time with it just because I was like waiting and waiting, and it wasn't fun. And especially when I was a kid, there wasn't like as much options. Like you couldn't even like charge anything. Like we didn't even have like personal devices, right? Back in the day, so it was like really tough for me. But as I got older, like I would say like 15 to like recently, it's been fine. I'm like, oh, that's totally fine. But recently, like since like this year, I've been feeling kind of like, I don't know, like I just feel like kind of bad when I go up. Like I feel like kind of like, I don't know if it's the airplane food or if it's just like I'm getting like motion sickness, but like I felt like this summer when I was flying to the UK, I felt so nauseous. Like I was like, and it was like that was not fun because like I never had problem with like nausea or anything like that. Like I didn't throw up, but like I kind of wanted to. You know what I mean? Like so I was like that was not fun. But like I don't know what it. Maybe I think maybe it's the food. I'm not sure because it's like Air Canada. I don't know. I never had this problem before, so I'm not really sure what it is. I got like motion sickness medicine, and I took that on the way back, and I literally just like slept, like because it was like gravel, right? Just like or Dramamine or whatever. It just like knocked me out. So that was actually really good. I recommend that. If you can take that, I recommend that. Even if you don't get motion sick, that's pretty sick. You just sleep. 2016. Yeah, it's a while. It's a while. I fly too much probably for my own good. But yeah, I think recently I've been also having the same thing. Like it's just been very like like now I'm like my joints hurt. Like when I'm sitting down for a long time, I'm like my joints hurt. Like I feel like it's just not as comfortable as you get older, you know? And now I have to like I get up very often just because I'm like I'm like just everything hurts, you know? Like I have to just like stretch. I'm like one of those people standing in the back, like stretching, you know? And I was like, I'm like, you know what? I understand you guys now. Like I feel like I need to stretch also. Welcome to being old. It really feels like that. Like I feel like traveling gets worse for me these days. 'Cause I feel like I traveled so much like the last few years, and like I didn't have too much of a problem with that, except for like I had like a really long stretch, you know, especially of like a lack of sleep or whatever. But recently, I think it's been worse. I don't know where the nausea is coming from, but I didn't get any nausea on like cars or like I didn't get any nausea on like cars or boats or anything like that. So I don't know if it's motion sickness. Cause I don't know, like I've never had motion sickness ever in my life. So like I don't know where that would come from. And I went on like roller coasters and stuff recently. No problem at all. Spinny rides, not a problem at all. So I don't know what it is. Ocarina of Time and Resident Evil 2 came out a long time ago. Almost 26 years ago. Try to roller coaster now and see. But the same trip I got sick, I also went on roller coaster. That was fine. I get vertigo, but I feel like I've always gotten vertigo after. So maybe it's like related. I don't know. But I feel like I always got vertigo like on like boats. Like after I get off a boat, I'm like look down. I'm like it's spinning, but like it's not like inhibiting my life. You know what I mean? I just feel kind of like I just feel like stuff is moving, but like I don't feel like I'm gonna like pass out or like I don't feel sick, you know? But I don't know. I don't know if it's motion sickness. I think it might be the food because like I feel like it's just being up in the air. I think it's like my stomach, perhaps. Longest flight you've had is 6 hours. Hopefully, get you 10 hours flight soon. I mean, going somewhere is fun, but the 10-hour flight is not the best. Yeah, motion sickness more in the winter because it's dark and you get sleepy easier. Is being sleepy related to motion sickness? Vertigo is such a cool word. Sounds like a skateboard trick. It is. It does sound cool. And I feel like I never knew that I got vertigo, but now that I think about it, I do. But I don't think it's like, I don't think it's like bad. I don't feel. It doesn't make me feel bad. WestJet food is so bad. It is, it is. But I flew WestJet last year and I did eat the food and I felt fine. I really only felt sick this year, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Air Canada food. I have no idea. Maybe it's specifically Air Canada food and Air Canada just sucks. But then I also flew Zip Air this time and I had the same problem. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's just like its food is too salty or something. Or maybe it's like maybe it's like empty stomach. Like maybe I need to like eat more before I go on. It's hard to say. It's hard to narrow it down. Your longest flight was to Dominican Republic. Your neck was hurting. Why? You got to sit properly. But my neck always hurts because I like fall asleep like this. Me hitting a 360 vertigo off the half pipe. Of course, of course. It does sound cool. That's why I love Twitch. It's okay, Ricky. I knew what you meant. Maestro also did not spell longest right. Used to read on your way to work, but sometimes I had to stop on your way home from work because you got motion sick. Yeah, I used to read all the time in the car. I don't think I could do that now. I think like if I'm on my phone too much in my car, like I think I don't have a problem in my car, but in my mom's car I have problems. And that's when I got sick this year. When I was in my mom's car, because she has like an SUV. I don't know. I just feel kind of sick driving around in it. I don't know. Not driving, but like as a passenger. So maybe that's the common denominator because like, but I didn't feel sick this time before I got on the flight. Because like last time I felt sick before I got on the flight. Like I was already feeling kind of motion sick. I have no idea. What if you only get vertigo from doing a vertigo on the board? Maybe. That was my problem. I totally forgot. I hit up the skate park before I got on the flight, and I was doing so many vertigos. That must have been it. Yeah, I did too many. Oh, I should have remembered that. It totally slipped my mind. Giving all the onlookers at the skate park vertigo after hitting a vertigo into a kickflip. Of course. Vertigo is a cool word, but your favorite is shenanigan. That's a good word too. You gonna skate? Get out of here. I could skate in a straight line without falling off, probably. But I would be too scared to go down like the ramp. I feel like I don't want to gain that much speed. It's too scary. There's no brakes, man. I'm not getting it off. But I was never too much of a skateboarder. I was more of a scooter person, you know, like my Razor scooter with the light up wheels, you know. And my brother, you guys, I don't know if this is like a thing, but like my brother has something called like my cousin had this too. Like it's called like a ripstick, and it's like a skateboard, but it has two connected parts, and you have to like weave the back part to like move it forward. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to do this pattern to like move it forward. So it's like kind of hard to ride because it only has two wheels. But they had that. It was quite fun. Once you learn how to do it, it's fun. Has anyone here ever surfed? Yeah, I've never surfed. I'm scared. I watched Soul Surfer in the theaters, and I don't think I can surf now because I think someone's gonna bite my arm off, like a shark. You're scared going downhill on cross country skis? Yeah. When I was younger, I would ski downhill so fast. Like I'd be like, yeah, no brakes, just going straight down. But now that when I got older, I started enjoying skiing less because I was like, this is scary, man. We're going fast down the hill, you know. I stopped being able to go fast. So like I think that's what it, like when you're a kid, you have no fear. Like you're just like, I'm just going. Like when we're really young, like my uncle would tie a rope around us. Cause like otherwise the kids just go like it's like even though he's like a really good skier, like you cannot keep up with a kid who has zero fear in life, you know. Ripstick sounds familiar. Giving early thousands. Yeah, I don't know how common they were. They weren't as common as Achilles, I think, but I think I still see them, you know. I'm gonna try and get into Canada with cross country skis. I brought these skis. They're cross country. but it doesn't say cross border. I think they mean like crossing the country, but you're still in the same country. I think you're gonna need some like what would be a different word for that? Like I think you need like international skis or something, you know? That's basically yeah. It's a bit confused. It's a common misconception, you know. I think a passport would do. It's like shrimp fried rice. Sure, Angel. Sure. You must. I'm sure many people are very confused. It's a common misconception. I've never cross country skied. It sounds very tiring. But I don't even downhill ski anymore because it's too scary. And skiing is so expensive. I just stopped. It's not like I hate skiing. It's just like, do I like skiing enough to pay like hundreds and hundreds of dollars per year to continue skiing? No. Like not at all. Like I would do it if it was like $10, okay? Maybe like $20. But like hundreds? No. No. How often do you guys eat rice? Like every day. You're asking a Japanese person how often I eat rice? Like every day. If I do cross country, you just have to pay for the parking. Knowing the ski places here, the parking is probably very expensive. You're onto something, but you're on a 48-hour fast? You are? Every day, yeah? Well, you eat rice every day too, Angel? Let's go. That's pretty common. It depends. It depends who you're talking to. You know what I mean? But rice is common in many cultures. So I think it's like, I think it's like a pretty like good staple, you know? Would you mix it with pasta? No. You don't need both. It's stormy, what the hell? Why is it stormy all the time these days? Apparently I missed a huge windstorm while I was in Japan. There was like a huge windstorm and like half of Vancouver like lost their power. Rice and pasta are different carbs, not to be mixed. Yeah, because you don't need both. Like, why would you need both? It's like putting like rice on your bread, you know? Like that seems unnecessary. You just heard about it and said, why not? Why? No, you should ask why, Angel. Are you trying to lose weight? That's news for me. Brazilians do that on the first time. I was like, what? I mean, fair enough. But like, why would you need both? Like, why? Like, what do you gain from that? You know? In what way do they combine it? Rice sandwich, oh god. Rice sandwich wrapped with noodle. Rice lasagna. I feel like that just sounds bland. Like you're just adding a base onto another base. You know what I mean? Ain't that onigiri? Not really. There's no bread. The rice ball, but that's not. How's that a sandwich? You just mix it and it's okay, but I wouldn't prefer it over only pasta or only rice. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound bad because they're just like they don't have any conflicting like flavors, right? But like, why? You know? There's no reason to add that. Like, if you already have rice, you don't need pasta. If you already have pasta, you don't need rice. It's like that's like a lot of carbs, you know? Let's see, we just slap a slice of bread around it. This sounds gross. I don't know about that. We'll have to try that at some point then. But yeah, I wouldn't mix those things. But I do eat rice very frequently. I do wonder, like, because I was like, you know, Japanese people live a very long time, and I was like, it's probably because like it probably has something to do with their genetics or their diet or something like that. But now I'm thinking like their healthcare is just like very over, like they're very like up, like they're very, you know, like on top of their healthcare. Like everyone gets an annual checkup in Japan where like you get like everything checked. Like you get like a blood test, you get a blood pressure test, you get an X-ray, and you get like other like various cancer tests depending on like what cancer they're susceptible to. So I'm like, maybe that's why they live long, because they're like catching all this stuff like in advance. Because like here, like you would not like at this time, like you would not like in Canada at least. Like if I was just like, I want a blood test for no reason, like they'd be like, no. Like you wouldn't even be able to get an appointment. Like if you called the doctor and you told the doctor nothing is wrong, I just want to check, they'd be like, no, go home. Like it's crazy. Craving garlic bread now. Maybe this was a bad idea. I've been craving pizza for like a week. I don't know why. Maybe I have to get myself some pizza eventually. Just go get some garlic bread fast. That's true. Yeah, how many hours are you? I would not be able to do a 48-hour fast. I probably couldn't even do like a 4-hour fast. I eat so often. I don't know. I don't even know if I have a doctor. Same. My family doctor is retiring, and then they're like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna try to find someone new to replace me. And then like our friend who's a nurse is like, get on the family doctor list now, because like if you want to get a new family doctor, it's like a year wait to get a family doctor. So it's like, I'm like, oh, I should probably do that actually. You have a doctor, you've never met him, you gotta sign a new one like 2 years. Like, you just get assigned one. Here, like you have to sign up on a list, and it takes a year if you're lucky. But yeah, I don't go to the doctor very often. Like I literally like I rarely have like health issues. I've only gotten very sick like recently, so I really don't have anything. Like really like it's like refilling prescriptions basically, but like anyone can do that. And like once I went to the family doctor to refill my prescription, because they're the only ones that can give you like a long amount of prescription. And then she was like, don't come here for that. Like I was like, bro, you're my doctor. Like for some reason my family doctor used to be kind of mean to me. I don't know why. But now she's really nice. I don't know. Like I don't know if she had some vendetta against me when I was like 15. Even though she's like really good, she's like really close to my mom, like not close, but like she's very like she's been my mom's doctor for a very long time, so they're like on really good terms. But like for some reason, like a while ago, like I seemed like she did not like me, and I don't know why. I was like, I didn't do anything against you, like leave me alone. 15 hours so far, but I'm not that hungry. I just feel sort of tasteless. Huh. That's crazy you're not hungry though. Make sure you drink enough water at least. Everyone has an assigned doctor. That's lucky. Yeah, the healthcare system in Japan is pretty good actually. Like, it's not free, but like with the national healthcare, it's like very cheap. Like it's like maybe like $10, $20 to go to the doctor, and like you can go to the doctor immediately. You can go to the doctor that day. If you're like, I want a CT scan, you can get it that day. Like if you want a CT scan here, like unless you're actively dying, you're gonna be waiting like a year to get a CT scan. So maybe like, I mean, obviously like Japan needs to have very good healthcare because like their population is very old. So maybe it's like more out of necessity. But like, I don't know. Maybe she saw the clip of your trick shot in Breath of the Wild now. Maybe. Yeah, maybe she's like, wait, okay, I should start being nice to this patient. I don't know, she just randomly started being nice to me. So like last time I went, she was like, oh, do you need like a prescription refill? And I was like, oh, I'm actually fine for now. But like last time, she didn't even want me to give me that. So I was like, come on. Maybe 15-year-old Miji was a jerk? I don't know. I barely met her. Like I only met her like a few times. Is it actually free in Canada? No, it's not completely free. It's like if you make over a certain amount, then you have to pay into it every year. I think it gets automatically paid. It's not too much though. I can't remember how much it costs. Let me look it up. Yeah, like like there's a lot of like free healthcares or like very strong healthcares. Like Japan technically it's not free, but it's like basically free, you know. It's like, you know, no one really compares to America, but there's a lot of different like levels of like or implementations of like national healthcare, right? MSP price. BC? Oh wait, no, it's as of 2020. Residents are no longer charged. Okay, so it's free now actually. That is free. It's free for BC residents. Oh. Well, I guess it's free. I don't know. I don't really recall what I paid for before. 26-year-old Miju is a jerk too, but she was so nice to me. I went in for like an exam, and then she was like, "Oh, I really like it." She was like, I had like my Uniqlo Bambi shirt on. She was like, "Wow, what a beautiful shirt." I was like, "Okay, thanks." I was like, "Thank you." And she was reading my shirt. She was very nice. I don't know what changed. Like she was very, very outwardly very warm and very kind. Because before she was just like, "Get out of here," like, "Let me give you your thing and get out of here." Like, I don't know what the problem was. Let's squeeze 60+ hour work weeks out of your citizens. You need healthy ones. That's true. That's also a thing. Oh my gosh, my cousin is not. My cousin is currently working, I think 70-hour work weeks, right? And I'm like, that's awful. First of all, and then her superiors were worried about her, so if you work a certain amount of hours, you get forced to go to the doctor. Because they're like, well, you might die, you know? like you might die, like, if you work too hard. But instead of reducing the hours, they're just like, oh, go to the doctor. And then, like, she went to the doctor, and then they gave her some medicine, and then, like, that's it. She's still working 70-hour work week. And I was like, bro, like, like, maybe if you're so concerned about her health, you should, like, I don't know, hire some more people to, like, distribute the workload. Like, maybe, like, that would be better. Come on. Back again. Was told not to play with the balloons. Okay. What's free? MSP in Canada. Or healthcare. Monster Energy drink medicine so you can keep working, apparently. Like, that's so ridiculous. That's just like that's kind of just like accepted, you know? Like, for people who are like, oh, like, you're Japanese, why don't you live in Japan? Like, don't you want to live in Japan? No. I have such a chill job. You know, like, I finish, like, there's no overtime. Like, I finish work at the same time. I even, like, if I get my work done, you don't even have to work the whole time. Like, no one's, like, forcing you to sit at your desk if, like, you know, like, if they know you're done your work, and, like, I'm allowed to, like, talk back to my boss if I want, or, like, not talk back, but, like, I'm allowed to, like, contradict my boss and tell him he's wrong. Like, I'm allowed to do that. Like, I'm happy. I'm not going over there to be worked to death, okay? What is Monster? Seems like battery acid. Tastes delish though. I'm not an energy drink fan. They're either too sweet or they taste like acid. If for the Japanese work culture is not bueno. It is really not. Like, I just would not survive, okay? Like, one, like, the overworking culture. It's like they really have that culture where it's like, oh, you can't go home before your boss, you know? Like, that kind of, like, old-fashioned culture that I think some companies still have here, but it's not as common. And, like, a lot of times, like, you stay at the same company for a while. It's very much like here, it's like kind of like free to, like, you know, like, when you work at a company, it's like a contract between you and the company. You know, it's not like it's not like a school where like they're like hiring, like, you know, like you apply and then like they let you in and you're like grateful to be there, you know? Like, I mean, I guess like you're grateful in some sense, but like, you know, you can switch jobs if it works. I mean, it depends on the industry in Japan. But yeah, it's just like and then like the whole like hierarchy, like the formality, like the kind of like stuff that goes on with like you and your boss, like, and like it's like there's like a very strong hierarchy, right? I would not be able to deal with that. Like, I'm like, I would be so sick of it. Like, if Mija's done her work, she can leave. So earlier streams on Wednesday. I mean, my streams are like fairly early. They're at 3 p.m. Since you work from home, could you technically start earlier? Do you have to work around 7 or 8? Yeah, I could start earlier, but like, do I really want to start work at like 6 a.m.? I could start earlier, I could start later. Technically, I do have some meetings like fairly early because I have like I have to like my coworkers are, a lot of them are in Dublin, right? So like a lot of my meetings are like at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., kind of that kind of thing, because otherwise it'll be too late for them. But I think like if I like we have a member of our team who like moved to Australia and he like doesn't even come to our meetings anymore. So like it's not really like a hard. If I was like really like, guys, I cannot wake up at 7 anymore, like we would probably figure something out. For some crazy things from Japan when you want to change jobs in some companies. Yeah, they're very more like rigid about. I think times are changing when it comes to that, but like I think many industries where it's like some industries, like for example, like a lot of my family works for the government. And like you do like an exam. Like you do an exam to get into the company, and it's like that. It's not even like for like cause like here, like for me, for my job, it's like I'm choosing the company as much as they are choosing me, right? And it's like they should be lucky to have me as well as I am lucky to have a job. But it's like in Japan, it's very like unequal. It's like, okay, this is the company and this they're hiring you, and like you know, it's not like I feel like job hopping is not seen very well. And for example, like my cousin, he took an exam to get promoted. Like I was like, what? Why is there exams? Like in how is that relevant? Like why is it, like it's like he's not even like an accountant. Okay, he's like just like a public servant worker. You know, like he works for like a city hall. Like what kind of exam? Like how is an exam relevant in this situation? You know, it's not even like a certification or something. You know. Is your work hiring anything not technical skill related? I don't think so. By any chance, do you do any programming outside of work? No. I only do it if you're paying me. I would do it as like a favor. Like if someone really like was like if like a friend or like a family member was like, "Oh, I need like a website," or like I can't make a web. I'm not like a web dev, but like or like if they needed something, then I would do it like as a favor, but like I wouldn't do it for fun. And only if it like I wouldn't do like a lot of it, you know? But yeah, I don't program outside of work. Like I will say I like programming. I don't dislike it, but like would I do it for fun? No, like I only do it because I'm getting paid, you know? I don't like some people are very live and breathe programming. That is not me. I think it's fine. I think that can be healthy. I can ask you Cody hacks for Stardew Valley for fun. No, there's already people doing that. You can ask them. Just go on Nexus Mods. There's so many. Use it just for bills is totally understandable. Yeah, I am. I mean, like, it's not that like. I feel like for me, it's like, oh, okay, like this is something I don't dislike. You know, like I think it's like I'm like pretty neutral to positive on programming. I think it's like you know it can be interesting. It's not like mind numbing, and you know it pays well, so that's enough for me. Can think of another game I'd be okay with mods in it. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of games. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is fun with mods. Can imagine keeping a job where the thing I do is in front of me outside of work. I don't know. I think it just depends on the person. Like, I think some people really need that. But for me, it's like, for me, like my priority with the job is like, yeah, that's for firstly, depending on what you find fun. For most people, that's very tough. It's like for most people, the stuff you find, the stuff you find fun is not, it's not stuff that is easy to make a living in. And for me, the way I think about it is like what I look for in a job is one, financial freedom, and two, like work-life balance. Like for me, it's like, okay, my job pays me enough that I don't have to worry about the bills. I don't have to worry about, like I can, that it gives me financial freedom. And two, it gives me like a lot of time outside of work. For me, the best job is a job that gives me a lot of time outside of work to like do the things I actually enjoy. Like I feel like people talk about like you either work to live or you live to work. And like both can be valid, but I think it's good to have a wide variety of interests. And have a strong social life as well, spend time with your friends, family, and stuff like that. So I think there's nothing wrong with, as long as you don't hate the job. I think like that's, it kind of goes to like if you end up in a job that you really hate and like the 8 hours you're in at work is like awful, or like you have to work so much overtime and it's like it just, you have no life outside of that, then I think that's where it becomes a problem. It's just sad. I mean, I think we all have that like moment, like when you first enter like the professional world and you start working 9 to 5. For me, I had that moment when I started my first internship. I was like, I go to work, especially I was commuting. It took like an hour to commute, right? So I would wake up and I would, you wake up at like 7, right? And then you leave for work at like 8. And then you start work at 9, and then you work until 5. And then you come home, it's like 6:30, right? 6:30. And then at that point, you only have a few hours left of your day. I was like when I was living that, like I had fun at my internship, don't get me wrong, but I was like, when I was living that, I was like, is this my life? Like I was like, I had like an existential crisis at that point. I was like, is this my life? Like, am I gonna have to do this for the rest of my life? Like that's crazy. I was like my life flashed before my eyes. I was like, oh my god, this is just life, man. But it's not as bad as it seems. I think at a certain point you just accept it. You're like, okay, this is capitalism. I accept this. And then like for me, it's like removing the commute. Huge. Like you get so much time back in your life. Like even if your commute is like 30 minutes, that's like 5 hours a week extra that you could be spending doing something else, right? If it's an hour a week, then it's like 10 hours a week. Your job is basically 50 hours a week, and that includes time like getting ready and stuff like that. So like I think, yeah, just finding ways to get your time back is really valuable. Customer service is zero fun outside of work. True. There's no way someone's like the Walmart employee is like, I find this fun outside of work. So I think it could be a big privilege to have a job that you really enjoy doing. Because most people don't have that opportunity. Like they have to take certain jobs to make ends meet, right? Like I think it could be very tough. You have immense financial freedom. You're a specialist 18 hour per $18 per hour job. I think you're from Toronto. Am I wrong? You kept talking about America. Are you not? Am I getting people confused? Your default mode is quiet quitting. I don't know why that's even a term. Like that's, for me, it's like that's just doing your job. Like how is that called quitting? Like if you're just doing your job at the requirements, like how is that? Like I don't get it. Your job has 1000% made you a gold digger. I mean, that's kind of reality if you live in a high cost of living city. Like you're like you most people cannot survive here in Vancouver without like a partner. Like if you like I would not be able to afford like I live in a really small apartment right now. If I wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, like you need to like split that, you know? Like there is a huge incentive to like have a partner and like live with them. Cause then like that's how a lot of people get by. Like if you live with a partner in like a 1-bedroom apartment, then that's how a lot of people get by. I used to have a big mindset where I want a job that caters to your hobbies, but it's a very lofty thing to have when life comes hitting you where you gotta take what you can get. Exactly. It's such a tough realization, you know? Like I definitely had that. But now I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm not like unhappy with like even though my job is I wouldn't say my job is like my passion, you know? Like but I would say like for me it's like oh like my job is enjoyable. The people that one thing is really important. People you work with being like good people that you like get along with and are not awful. Like just having good coworkers, it's really important. I think for a lot of people, like for me personally, like if I somehow got enough money to just never work again, I wouldn't work again. Like I would not work again. I was born in the wrong generation. You want to live in a Flintstones era with the rock wheels and houses? Of course. You're just outside Toronto. Okay, I wasn't wrong. At least you're not in Toronto. Toronto is very expensive. But if it's anything like Vancouver, even the areas like outside of like Vancouver are getting very expensive as well. It's a capitalist trying to shame people for just doing their job. I think so too. I hate that mentality where it's like, oh, like why aren't you going like above and beyond like for your job? Why aren't you loyal to your company? It's like, you know, that company would like the company would drop you the minute they're like want an extra number on their bottom line, you know? You want your job to be winning the lottery? Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, some people got out there who'd be like, I still work if I won the lottery. Not you. You'd be big chillin'. I would not work if I still won. I mean, it depends though. Like, maybe they mean like they would work in something that like is fulfilling to them. Like, I think like if I won the lottery, I have a lot of years left in my life. Like, maybe it would work for like a charity or something, you know? Like something that wouldn't be like financially like lucrative, but like you would get a lot of like personal fulfillment out of, or like you would like volunteer. You know what I mean? I could see myself doing that. And welcome in, Kai. Hope everyone has an amazing day. His name is Ganondorf. Why can't Ganondorf have a good day? He's just trying his best out here, you know? I think he should have a nice day once in a while. You're really unthankful to have the job I have right now. It's the longest you've ever kept a job ever, and having income has been nice. Trying to get stuff for yourself that I have no reason to buy things besides necessities. Exactly. I think having an income is like obviously like money isn't everything, but like having a stable income is like, you know, like money isn't everything, but if you don't have money, like it's obviously like a huge stress on your life, you know, like so like I think just having like a stable income really, you know, just improves your life, you know, and it makes you able to focus on other things, right? Okay, see you later, Zirconian. Your birthday is coming up too. My birthday is coming up soon after that. Ganondorf's idea of a great day is the death of Link and Zelda. So no, he's not allowed to have a great day. That's a good point. His idea of a great day is the fall of Hyrule. But I don't know, maybe he would also think like a nice spa day or like a sports day or something would be a fun day. Like that's like obviously that's his main goal in life, but like he could have a good day other times. Your birthday was before mine. It's December 13th. Yeah, my birthday is on December 13th. I thought yours was like right before that. Am I wrong? There's so many December birthdays. For some reason, like a bunch of her chat is like, like, like somebody, so a bunch of her chat is like December birthdays. Being able to afford to live is a really good benefit. Exactly. Yours on the 11th. Right, yeah. Yeah, so yours is before. Maybe Lincoln's Zelda murdered Ganondorf's family or something. Yeah, you don't know. Maybe this story is only told from the perspective of Lincoln Zelda. They might be leaving stuff out. Like we don't know. And riding his horse, yeah, he'd be happy riding his horsey. He probably misses his horse. Like maybe he's happy going on that little like obstacle course. Actually, no one is happy doing the obstacle course. That obstacle course actually sucks. But maybe like the racing one or something, like maybe like the one where you like shoot stuff on the horse. I mean, then maybe he would love that. Actually, no, that's not even one. I think I made that up. Unless he's a secret soft spot where he secretly wants a group to play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, you never know. He probably has other interests, okay? Like aside from ending the world, right? Lincoln Zelda committed this atrocious crime but is conveniently not told in the exactly. You don't know what they did. I know they were like children, but like they could have done stuff, Like they could have been very evil children. Or maybe King Rome Boss Ramos Hyrule did some stuff. Like he is a king, to be fair. Like they're not really known for doing good stuff, So like maybe. Are you saying Lincoln Zelda a revisionist? I'm just saying it's a possibility. We've only seen the history from their side, but like we never know. It's mainly Zelda snooping around and Link gets dragged into it. That's true. Link is just along for the ride. He just wants to make Hyrule pizzas and eat. Where's like Zelda and Link Overcooked? Imagine a game where Zelda and Link were the villains. That'd be cool. And I think a game where you play as Ganondorf could be quite fun. Breath of the Wild 3 Ganondorf story. And it starts like it's like Emperor's New Groove. Like, it's like I'd be down. She had a crush on Zelda since they were kids, and then she met Link, and then they were taken up by the Dark Lord, and now Ganondorf must watch over their child while he attends Hogwarts. What? It's the plot to Harry Potter? I've never seen it. Spoilers. No I'm kidding. In Ganondorf and Boko's eyes, Link is a demon. That's true. I mean, think about the Bokoblins. Like Link is just out there murdering all them. Like, what did they do? Have you not seen Harry Potter? I don't know. Oh, this is a sped up version of Crazy Over You. I literally like was playing this for so long. Actually, it's kind of good sped up, honestly. I like how like pretty much I played it for so long, no one noticed until I think Angel pointed out. I was like, "Is this sped up?" I was like, "Maybe." Zelda cheated on him. Zelda? I don't think we should ship Zelda and Ganondorf. Ganondorf's old, man. Only a demon wields a crossbow and sword that well. This is the lore Nintendo won't tell you about. This is the secret timeline. The reason the Zelda timeline is like that is because there's stuff missing. That's why it's so messed up. Like it's like there's some stuff made up, and we have to go through and we have to fix it. Stupid Bokos. It's funny when they're cooking and Link comes through and murdered the tribe and steals their dinner. Yeah, to the Bokoblins. Link is the villain. 1.25 speed Crazy Over You is so funny. Still haven't changed it. I don't want to change it now. I feel like it's iconic. Like I feel like it sounds good sped up. Urbosa and Ganondorf? I could see that. I mean, she kind of hates him, but like I could see that. You know, like they could have the first. Also, like I don't really understand the Gerudo lore. Like, wouldn't the Gerudo genes be very wouldn't the Gerudo genes be very diluted at this point? Like, how are they having like full Gerudo children if there's no Gerudo men? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Do they just have a very dominant chromosome? Like, how does that work? Because like, if Urbosa and Ganondorf had a child, would it be like extra Gerudo? Like, I don't get it. Isn't Pilates soon? Yeah, it's at 1:30 today, so I have a bit more time. Otherwise, I would have to leave by now. This is the reboot timeline. Link, Zelda, and Ganon were childhood friends in a village, struggling to survive in their corrupt village. Link and Zelda wanted to live peacefully, but Ganon wanted to take over the village, and that tears the brothers apart. Oh, that would be good. I like that. I like a childhood friends to enemies pipeline, you know? They're so muscular to take over the Y chromosome. Or X. I think it's Y, yeah. And maybe their genes are just so powerful. Isn't that big dude with red hair and Skyward Sword supposed to be T and Ganondorf? Who? Sorry, I do not remember Skyward Sword. I only remember Denise. Like, I literally only remember Denise. Like, and I didn't understand how to fight him. The post-credit scene has Link turned into a werewolf. Oh, okay. I would play that Zelda game. You like it more where Ganon had a crush on Zelda and she married his childhood bully, aka Link? Oh, that could work too. That could work too, yeah. That's kind of rude of Zelda though. Denise and Peepo sitting. Was there a toilet? I think it was just a stool. You want to play Echoes of Wisdom? Not particularly. I'm not a fan of like more traditional Zelda games, like dungeons. You guys know I'm a dungeon hater. Yeah, I would literally like, and when I played Skyward Sword, because like why would you use? Okay, firstly, I didn't know how to use the potions because I didn't know about the bottle. Like you had to get like a bottle and like refill the bottle. I understand that. So I never had potions. And so I would just sit on the chair. I would just keep going back to the chair, sit on the chair. Cause that's free healing. Like why wouldn't you just use that? So then I just sat on the chair all the time. That's where the Peepo sit came from. Yours is just Snape's story. Oh. Okay. And poor Snape. I didn't know that happened to Snape. Who's Zelda and Link in this situation? Snape got bullied? That was a toilet, but you're watching a 140p, so what do I know? I think it was just a chair. Link bullied Zelda as kids. When they got older, Link seems to redeem himself by reconciling with her. That's a silent voice. We're just ripping off every movie ever. It's like a love triangle. Harry's mom is Zelda. Harry's dad is like, oh, okay. So Harry's dad was a bully? That's not good. I think there's an actual bathroom in Skyward Sword, so Ricky is right. I literally cannot remember. Like, I literally don't remember anything about Skyward Sword. I remember, like, I didn't know I never went to the shop, like, the whole game. And then, like, I remember you can throw the cats off the edge, but the cats can fly, so it's fine. But I remember throwing the cat off the edge, and everyone was so mad. Everyone was so mad at me for throwing the cats off the edge. But they can fly, they like it. They want to fly. Why would they fly? Why would they want to be able to fly if they didn't want to fly? You know what I mean? They called you mad. Ricky knew all along. Cows or cats? Cats. I don't think there's cows. And I remember... I don't remember much of Skyward Sword. I just remember Skyward Swording everywhere. Is that the... No, that's not the word. Is that the word? Skyward Strike? Skyward Strike? I remember doing that constantly. I remember the spiders. There was a lot of spiders. Not a good time. And I remember there's that boss that you cut the arms off. The gold one. That one was actually fun. I like that one. But that's the only one I liked. The rest of them, I didn't like them. You just discovered cockroaches can bite but barely do. Ah! I didn't see any cockroaches while I was in Japan, thank God. I'd be too scared. For some reason, it was like summer weather, so like there was definitely the possibility of cockroaches. There were still mosquitoes. It was November. There's mosquitoes. I got bit by mosquitoes, and no one in my house got bit. It was just me. It's always me. Like I don't know what's up with my blood, but like mosquitoes are like really, really wanting my blood. I'm like, leave me alone. And I'm the type of person that like mosquito bites like swell up. So like it's like actually the worst. Why throwing cats off the edge? They can fly. They can fly. Link and Ganon were adopted brothers, but when Zelda asked for their aid, they each had their own methods for saving Hyrule. The story ends with Link pulling the Master Sword for the first time, becoming the hero, and Ganon falling to darkness, becoming Ganondorf. The plot of Transformers 1. Well, there's a lot of applications of these. Targeted strike for real. My blood is international. Apparently, but the mosquitoes here like me too. I don't know. Is it due to blood type? I don't know my blood type. I was wondering when it is winter and cold or here. Is the other side of the world warm in the summer despite being November? The other hemisphere is, Angel. But like the southern hemisphere, but Japan is still in the northern hemisphere. Although it's closer to the equator. But like Australia is entering summer now. But that is how hemispheres work. Mosquitoes should be banned from the planet. They really should. They have no purpose, come on. What are they doing? Spreading disease? Like, well, they probably have some sort of ecosystem purpose, but I do not believe in them. They must have detected the blood of that goddess, Hylia. It's me. I must be Zelda. Let's cancel mosquitoes, roaches, and cats. Why cats? What's wrong with cats? There was cat when we went to the hot springs place. There was cats everywhere because like they were just like they were just attracted to the heat. But apparently Japan has a big problem with like stray cats because they don't know like how to manage the stray cat population. I was reading about this on Reddit. And because someone was talking about the stray cats. But apparently, yeah, they just have a big problem with them because they don't do a like the government pretty much just leaves it to like private charities and stuff like that and like private shelters to like handle the cats, and like the government doesn't do anything. So like the poor cats. We should all adopt the cats. I think there's like hundreds of them. Me in a debate. I was reading about this on Reddit. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Reddit. Okay. It's definitely not rotting my brain. I was reading a post just before I started stream, and it's like so fake, but it was so funny. I was like, it's on the off chance this is real. This is so funny. There was like a post about this couple, and it was the girlfriend posting, and she was like, oh, like, I always cook for my boyfriend because he doesn't know how to cook, and I'm always doing the cooking. And then one day when we were eating, I asked him if he liked the food, and then he pulled out a PowerPoint presentation about the food, and it was like someone that like on each one it was like don't overcook the pasta, and it was like one of the slides was like less salt, less salt, more salt, less sass, something like that, like something like it was like something really weird. And then like there was like pictures of Gordon Ramsay and stuff like that. And then she was like, obviously got very mad. And then she was like, I'm not going to cook again. Because like, why you make a PowerPoint presentation? She was like, oh, it's just a joke. And then like, apparently the next day she wanted to talk about it. Or like another day she wanted to talk about it. And then he made another PowerPoint presentation about why you should be able to take a joke. Like it was just a joke PowerPoint presentation. And then she said she stayed up all night making a PowerPoint presentation about breaking up with him. And then she like showed it to him. And I was like, what is this? I was like, this can't be a real story, right? Like, there's no way it's gonna be a real story. Because like everyone in the comments was like, this is not real. Remember some cats just big chilling while walking around areas? Yeah, there's so many cats. There's cats everywhere. Tell your grandpa you're becoming a cat lady instead of getting married. He would be very unhappy with that. He doubled down, apparently. Miju's a dog lady. I'm definitely more of a dog person, but dogs are a lot of work. I'm not really a cat person. Guys are that dumb though. It could be real. There's some poor, like the later on in the story, like she says that like some news, like the story went very viral on Reddit, and then some people at his work found out that it was him, and then now every time he makes a PowerPoint presentation, people like bring it up and make jokes about it. But like I'm like, I don't know if that's real, because like she said it happened over the course of like a few days, and I'm like, did that really happen over the course of a few days? I don't know. It just like there's some like timeline inconsistencies that were like, I don't know if the story's real, and like I feel like half the stories on Reddit are not real, but it's still kind of funny. Makes a PowerPoint presentation about making PowerPoint presentations for real. Miju debunks Redditors. I just read a lot of Reddit. There's a lot of fake stories. Okay, some stories are like clearly written by a child who does not understand how real life works. And some stories are just like so like the agenda is so strong. Like there's so many stories where like the agenda, like they have some sort of agenda and it's like so obvious. Like they're just like clearly trying to paint a certain group of people in like a negative light. It's like you know when the stories are fake. Like you don't always know, but like there's a lot of signs stories are fake. I think like additional detail, like way too much detail in the story. And like sometimes like their responses can be very obvious. There's a lot of telltale signs of a fake am I the a-hole story, okay? I know. Yeah, it's these days I mainly read the Vancouver subreddit. Because I like to see what's going on in Vancouver. And then I also read the personal finance. I'm like addicted to the personal finance subreddit. I don't know why. I don't know what this says about me. I'm like always on Personal Finance Canada, okay? And like even the American personal finance one, which a lot of times not very applicable. It's like people like in crushing debt from healthcare, which is unfortunate, but like it's not very relevant. Or like 401ks. I'm like don't know what to do with that. Personal Finance seems right up your alley. I'm like, I read like every post on Personal Finance Canada. I don't know why. that's my main subreddits. I'm not on too much else. Sometimes I go to like CS career questions, which is like the computer science like programmers subreddit about like jobs and stuff like that. Can have some interesting topics. But other than that, I kind of stopped reading all like the relationship problem ones and stuff like that, because like it makes you have like a very depressing view on humanity, because only the people who go on there are like only people who have like very terrible relationships, so like it just makes you, or like have very terrible families, very awful people in their lives. So like I think it's just kind of it's a bit depressing. Okay, take care, Chicano, drive safe. I have to go soon as well. I will take pictures of Luca. But yeah, it's a bit depressing. I'm like, wow, people suck. Like, and people are terrible to each other. So like, I think, it's not a good place to be. Your main sub is League, so we're the same level of adulting. I also read the League subreddit sometimes. I was reading the League subreddit the other day because I was playing ARAM, and I got you get like a score at the end. And I was playing with Jack, and I was like, what's the worst score you can get? Just asking. And he was like, oh, like, I think technically it's D minus, but like, no one gets D minus because like, even if you really try hard and like int, you really will only get like a D plus. And I was like, oh. And I was like, I got a D minus. I was actually trying. Okay, I first timed Jace, cause you know Arcane. I first timed Jace on ARAM and I got a D minus, which is apparently very hard to get. And I was reading on Reddit because I was like, oh, do people get it? And then people on Reddit were like, I don't think it's possible to get D minus, because I left the game at the start and I got a C minus. And I was like, oh my god, how can I get a worse score for staying in the game than this person leaving? Like, and then like there's people like talking about it like it's like an urban legend. Like they're like, oh, like I've only ever gotten like C minus or like D plus. Like I don't think it's possible. And then there's some people replying, they're like, oh, I think I've seen it before. Like I think I saw someone get it before. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like I did the impossible. I got the worst score. Got the worst score possible in League, and I was trying. I got 10 kills. I had like way more deaths, but like I still got 10 kills. I was like, I didn't think I was that bad. How can I do worse than the person who AFK'd at the start? You deleted Insta because you don't need to be reminded that you're single. I only get like my like when I scroll through like Instagram, it's like the reels that come up are like really weird. I don't know. I think because I don't really watch reels, it gives me like kind of like it gives me kind of like weird recommendations. It's always like weird like body image stuff or like K-pop idols or something. But like I don't usually look at it because like it's like really weird. League stream when? I will not make you guys suffer with me. Is there friendly fire? No, there's no friendly fire. Okay. Take care, Angel. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to be back. But yeah, I don't know how I got such a bad score. I think because I died a lot. I don't know. You looked at one reel due to curiosity, it was filled with them. I don't know. Yeah, I think like when you don't really watch anything, they don't really have much information to go off. So like you got some weird ones. I try not to watch like reels or like Instagram shorts or anything like that. I think it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's I don't think I should play League on stream because like it will be very painful for everyone watching. And if people League players watch, they're gonna like it's gonna be very painful for them, you know, like you guys don't like I'm on a very different level of gameplay, and it's a level you've possibly never seen before. Like I've never not been the worst person in the lobby. Like there's always 10 people and I'm always the worst one, you know what I mean? And you know, League players aren't the nicest, so if I stream it, I don't think people will be very nice to me in the chat. It'll be an enjoyable learning experience. Right. I think for me, like, I can't improve currently unless I practice a lot because, like, for me, my main issue is, like, the controls and just, like, really knowing what's going on. I have a lot of trouble, like, with the, like, depending on the ability, like, I always have trouble. I'm like, did I use it? Especially ones that are, like, you have to, like, point it on them and then you have to like let go of the button. I'm like, did I do it? Like, do I have to click? I don't get it. Like sometimes I click and I cancel it, and then sometimes I don't do it. So like for so long when I played, even on Wild Rift, I could not figure out how to use exhaust. I was like, I'm pretty sure I pressed the button a lot of times and I've only like successfully used it once. Because maybe I'm just like not close enough. I don't know. Didn't have any visual indicator. Yeah, I feel like I need like a sound when something goes off. Like I feel like that's a big problem for me currently. Like obviously like controls and stuff are tough, but like for me a lot of times I'm not even sure when I actually successfully use an ability. much less paying attention to other people's abilities. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna watch Arcane, guys. I'm just gonna, you know, my engagement with League of Legends will just be with Arcane. And welcome in, Chunky. Surely you can't be worse than I was at Marble. Okay, that's true. No one could be worse. You still need to finish season 1. Yeah, you should. You should. Season 2 is on its way out currently. Okay, please don't spam, Chunky. I see it's BTS, so. Barely watched episode 3. Episode 3 is my favorite, actually. So you're in for a treat. Episode 3 is my favorite. I think episode 3 and the finale are the best ones. I can't remember who said that. I think maybe Necrit said that. I agree with him. I think episode 3 is my favorite. Yeah, if it doesn't click with you, it doesn't click with you. But I think it's a very high quality show. That one scene between Bai and Kate in season 2 or season 1? In season 2, absolutely. Been, you know, it's what we all wanted. Okay, also I probably have to go pretty soon because I have Pilates. Episode 3 left you speechless in season 1. Yeah, episode 3 was so good. I think it's my favorite in the whole thing so far. Yeah, it's that one was so well done, and I love the song. Like it's just so good. But I'm sure season 2 will have a similar kind of thing, you know? In season 2, you mentioned TV talk. Yes, of course, of course. I think a lot of us are excited about that. Enjoy Pilates, get the 6-pack. I will. I haven't been to Pilates in like 3 weeks, though. It's gonna be painful. It's I'm not prepared for it. I have not done any form of exercise in like 3 weeks, aside from like walking. And welcome in, Shino. Hope you're doing well today. Good luck and do your best. I will. I should probably get going so I can eat before I go. But it's so rainy. It's so stormy. I need to get new windshield wipers. Maybe I should get that today. Cause I literally, like, I cannot see. Like when I put my windshield wipers on, it makes it like I can see less when I put my windshield wipers on. You know what I mean? Like it just makes it all blurry. And I'm like, this is not how you should drive. Like, who's doing this? Get that Miju abs. I will. They have to come back because all I've been doing is eating when I'm in Japan. But yeah, it was great to be back. Send some rain here. Okay, I will. You can have some. It's great to be back. I will be streaming my normal schedule from now on until like 3 weeks from now when I'm going away again, but let's ignore that. And then in the new year, I promise I'm gonna be back for a long time. Like, you know, like 3-4 months, okay? I will be back. At least 1 quarter. And speaking in business terms, Q1 2025, I'm gonna be here the whole time. Okay? Unless something unexpected happens. But yeah. I appreciate you guys all sticking with me despite my many vacations. And I will post pictures of Luca in the Discord today, don't worry. And thanks all for watching today. It was great streaming again and talking to you all again. And I'll be back here again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.